Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for June the 8th, 2024, and it is Saturday. Yeah, I know, we don't usually do Saturdays, but we're experimenting. And the experiment is let's see how Saturdays do. Though I personally have had a fine Saturday. About a week ago, Ambassador Kell had a Twitter tweet, X, whatever you want to call it, thing out, mentioning that The Fall Guy was quite a fun movie. And I thought, oh, that sounds like fun. I'll go. And then time passed. I'm like, I can't be in theaters anymore. So I thought I'd look and see what is in the theater today. And lo and behold, for $9.25, I went off to see The Fall Guy. And this is the first movie I've seen with Ryan Gosling in it. I know, I'm like way behind the curve on that, but very fun movie. Not a huge callback to the old series, which is kind of good. It was really good in its own little outstanding way. So for once, Hollywood take a rebuild of an old thing and actually did a great job with it. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. It definitely is great on the big screen, but I think it would also be a movie that would hold up pretty well on a TV if you decide to wait till it comes out on streaming. Don't know that I'd do it on the computer. You kind of need something big, and you do need the stereo cranked up. And I have to remember what that song is. I can sing the song. I don't know what the title is. Why is that happening? That's interesting. That's interesting. My Twitch froze for a moment. I hope you guys can still see me. Is that the song? Oh, it's Kiss. Okay, yeah. It's a Kiss song. I Was Born for Loving You. Excellent song. Well played. Suppose I should jump into Discord here. There we go. Come on, start working. Thank you. Okay, now I'm in Discord. Anyway, so I said we were going to do some Romulan patrols, and I thought, what the heck? Patrols equals let's level ships, so I'm putting a new ship together here. Let's see, though. Which one is 6? Nope. Is that one 6? Yeah, that one's 6. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's see, do I have an oh heck key on this one? Do I want to use a cloak? Always an excellent concept. I'm not a big cloak person. Put you up there. That's already on there. Emergency power to shields. I'll put that on our shields line. Emergency powers to weapons on our weapons line. Just quickly putting together something here. Yeah, focused frenzy. Yes, we'll go that way. Hazard emitters will go over there. What is my oh heck key? Let's see. No. This one? No. Okay. We'll leave you down there then. I still don't know which ship class to choose for the Bedford G. What starship class to choose? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Can you explain a little bit? Oh, there's a in there. That's interesting. Let's put that there. That's already in. And let's get you someplace where I can use you when I want you. I'll put you there. I'm still lost what you mean by ship classes. I mean, are you talking like the generic ship classes, like the, I don't know. Let's see. Like a sovereign class? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, from the 25th century, so let's say you're talking TNG, right? Obviously, sovereign class is great. Galaxy. The Odyssey. Chimera's nice, but a little heavy. Avenger's always fun. Oh, see, yeah. Um, Good question. See, I don't go by classes of ships as much as I like to go by the individual ships themselves, just because there's so much variation within the class of a ship. Does that make sense? I mean, I'll go the other way. What do you want your ship to do? Okay, so with a beam build, you've got a couple of different approaches you can think about with it. One approach would be a tanky ship where you're going to use your beam boat where you can basically take a hit like nobody's business and still fire broadsides at them, but you're not going to have great maneuverability. Hi, Joshua. You are the
Hello.
right person to join this. Chosen is looking to think about which starship class for his build, the Bedford G.
Okay.
But I need a little bit more information. He says it's going to be mainly a beam build. So I'm thinking you could go with a tanky approach with a beam build, big, heavy ships,
Okay.
lower maneuverability, but the concept being a broadside.
Okay. First off, don't look at 5-3 weapon. Look for more 4-4 weapon layout. Like the Galaxy, like the Sirius, the Odyssey, the Odyssey, the Lexington, most of the Jem'Hadar vessels that you see inside the
Ooh.
game.
Oh, the Jem'Hadar. Chosen. Have you played the Jem'Hadar ships yet? Because that's an excellent thought. I hadn't even considered that one. But the Jemmy ships, the Vanguard cruiser, if you can get it, is
Or
an
the Dreadnought.
the Dreadnought. Yeah, the Vanguard cruiser though has got a little bit better maneuverability than the Dreadnought, just obviously from the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Though the Jem'Hadar warship is not bad either.
Yeah. But I would highly recommend. Um, I'm just looking at the Zen store right now as we speak.
He's also looking for DPS, but again, that's less.
Roadside, you can do quite a bit of
Yeah,
DPS.
yeah. So how do you like to fly a ship, Chosen? Do you like something fast and nimble, or do you like to sit there and just be able to do reasonable maneuverability, which to me is like a sovereign class?
Sovereign. Yeah.
That's a nice compromise ship as a sovereign. The Gagarin's a nice compromise ship. I
How
mean,
about the Neandra class support cruiser? 4-4 weapon layout.
do you mean the Narendra?
Mm-hmm. Your thought?
Oh, oh, that's actually not a bad ship at all.
Mm-hmm. Because this is the one thing I'm thinking. It's a small vessel. It doesn't have the best stats,
No,
but But you could easily get away with, beam overload 2, torpedo spreading, chemosite waste weaponry. You've got all the engineering seating you need, and you just got uncom proc.
It's actually not a bad thought. I hadn't considered that one at all, but yeah.
If you want something a bit more tanky, I would say the brand Command Dreadnought Cruiser.
That was kind of the ship, what was it, 2 summers ago?
Mm-hmm. It still is.
I mean, everybody wanted this ship. It was amazing. And it's actually got maneuverability much more than you would think for a Dreadnought.
But if you want a decent Dreadnought, the Lexington's the best.
Yeah. If you don't have a Lexington, I've got 2 now. And even on lower level tunes in terms of equipment, it's nice little ship and something that will build with you if you decide you want to play it up with time.
Yeah.
I like to start a ship off with whatever the standard is on it, and if I don't really care for it, tweak it a little bit, but if it's still it's still
You know the other one I was thinking about? The Lafayette.
I've never played the Lafayette.
It's a recon destroyer.
Ooh. Should be able to spell Lafayette better than I do.
Or it's
AKA.
Or
That is
AKA
a pretty ship.
Or AKA the New Orleans class. Which you do get in the 14th anniversary.
Which means I've got one of them somewhere. One of these accounts has got it.
Yeah. It was just not.
That's actually not bad.
It's a 4-3 weapon layout. Obviously, it's a less preferred layout, but.
It's got an experimental slot though for the back, so you kind of have 4-3-1 then, or is the 3 including that?
4-3. I think it's 4-3-1.
Oh, so in essence, it's a 4-4 anyway.
Yeah. If you get the domino with the Bajoran Interceptor, you also get the voice of the Prophet's experimental weapon. So you could actually put that on there after this event.
Oh, and it's got a nice little thing on this one. After achieving level 5 in your recon destroyer, you will unlock the Jubilant Cadence starship trait. While this trait is active, defeating enemies or healing allies will grant you 1 stack of Jubilant Cadence, a maximum of once every 4 seconds, which last until you leave combat or are defeated. Each stack of Jubilant Cadence received in this way increases your ship's maneuverability. After reaching 5 stacks, you and your teammates will receive a large boost to speed and turn rate. That actually makes up for lower maneuverability on other ships, so picking up that trait might be worth it just for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad trait.
And it has a full commander's tax seating as well.
Hmm.
It has an ensign for chemosite-lace weaponry.
This might not be a bad one to consider, Chosen. In fact, I'm considering it. Did you just say that was in the 14th?
It was in the 14th anniversary.
Well, that means I've got it someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Do I not have it on this tune? This is not my main account. I swear I bought it for everything.
Or if you want something a bit more 25th century vibe,
yeah,
you can go with the Tactical Star Cruiser Endeavour class.
It's gonna make me spell hard words now. Oh, I spelled it the hard way. So it's a 4 and 4. Base turn rate is 6, same as before. Inertia is a little bit higher. Now, when they have higher inertia, does that mean more inertia or less inertia?
I haven't worked that one out. But the one thing about it, there's a very nice starship trait on her if you have the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo.
This has got the flagship tactical computer.
Yep. And look at the starship trait.
Oh, you will unlock the supercharged weapons starship trait. While this trait is slotted, not activated, firing a torpedo will provide a stack of the supercharged buff. This buff provides a boost to directed energy weapon damage, critical hit chance, and critical severity for a short time. This buff stacks up to 3 times. For you and your DPS, that's not a bad one.
This is why I have it on my tank to help you guys.
This is
Something
very
about
nice.
I may change one of yeah, it's one of those that that I bought initially. That was my first tier 6 vessel.
That's not bad either.
Mm-hmm.
I just grabbed a new ship, but at some point I'm going to have to open up the 14th package. Hang on a second. Let's see. Ship bundles. Swear I opened that one. Yep. It says I don't have it here. I swear to goodness I bought it.
But hey, I'm just giving some general observations of what ships I think are decent or look decent.
How did I not get the 14th? Or maybe I did, but I bought it on a different account?
I thought you didn't. Did you buy the 14th?
Was there a 14th light as well as full-blown 14th?
No.
Okay. I swear I bought this. What else is in here that I might have bought it for?
No,
I
the
guess
14th fund.
that's not true. I swear I did buy this. Oh, and it's got the
So,
Lafayette and
so
the
you got
Alani
the
in it.
so you get the Atlantis, which is the Challenger, the Awani, which is the Cheyenne.
That's a very nice ship.
Yeah, the Chekhov, which is the Nova. No, the Springfield, sorry. Which yada yada yada. Then you've got the Princeton, which is Niagara, which is basically a Kate Bash Galaxy / Ambassador variant. You get the account unlock tier 3 or tier 4 Constellation class.
Are you sure about that? I'm looking at this, and it's showing you get an account unlock Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer Tier 6 or T6.
Yeah, I'm not going down the list at the bottom.
Is there more at the bottom?
I'm going across the middle bit here, where it shows all the ships. I don't count the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer.
Okay. I already have it actually, though.
It's the Constellation Heavy Cruiser.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, like that's an old vessel. It's a tier 3 or tier 4. I can't remember. And then the Lafayette. Because let's be honest, the Tal Shiar Adaptive Destroyer kind of is a missed opportunity.
I know why it's not on there. It's not an account unlock. That's why.
What?
The Wolf 359 14th anniversary. It unlocks on one account.
No, it unlocks on in your entire account. It's just in the It's in a special area of the game. In the Zen store.
Wow, it says I didn't buy it. I swear to God I bought this thing. Oh well. I swear I bought it.
There's a few ships I'm definitely thinking about with this pack.
I have a bonus coming up from work. I may have to pick that up for myself.
I'm definitely. I know there's at least 2 ships I'm definitely going to pick up out of this bundle.
Yes.
That's the Awani and the Atlantis.
It's also saying I didn't get the 13th, which I did get. This is weird.
Wait, are you on the correct account?
Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm on Gornalicious' account. Yep. Yeah. I thought I bought it on 2 accounts. Oh well, if I didn't, I still can. But I'll wait for the next sale.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next. I know it was a legendary sale.
Yep.
This time round, so.
Well, there'll be another sale come probably Risa.
Risa, yeah, which will give a 35% bundle sale.
Just for fun. Oh. Well, according to this, I don't have the 10th anniversary bundle. But I did. Okay, so maybe there's some interesting things going on there. But yeah, I bought the 10th because I fly them on both accounts.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
I've only purchased 2 big bundles of this game so far.
I did a couple anniversary bundles over the last few years because that's usually late enough after Christmas. I've paid off all my bills and
I
I can
know
afford it.
there's 2 bundles I'm picking up
Mm-hmm.
by the end of the year, the 12th
Yes.
and 13th anniversaries.
I think I will go through my finances now that I'm a little bit more stable here in the house and the cars and
Yeah.
all that stuff. I can invest. I invested today heavily in taking myself out to a movie and buying some furniture. So
And then
next month is
once
ships.
the 15th anniversary comes out, I'm not buying the 14th in its entirety. It's a waste of time. I don't want the Italia Redemption. Right.
It's
No.
not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I still have to go through everything I've got. Look at all the stuff I've got here. Let's get those numbers out of there. I mean, available. All of this stuff that I have never opened. Of the things I've got, only a few of them have been opened.
Have you thought about deliberating some people who know how to build some ships to one of your accounts?
I don't know anything about building any of my ships. And besides, no. Nope. It's not that I don't think about it. It's just I want to learn how the heck to build a ship as opposed to the way I typically build a ship is, hey, tell me how to build a ship.
Yeah.
And when I teach, and I used to be a teacher, I didn't teach the how to do it. I taught the why this works, i.e., so I'm watching the Fall Guy. This is a great example today. And their martial arts stuff is okay, nothing fabulous. A couple good punches, a couple of good blocks. But the big thing is, I won't give it away, but there is a kick used that looks like a front kick, but it's not. It's what's called a push kick. And it has a different effect. So when you're teaching the push kick versus the front kick, they look the same. There's a very slight difference that changes the power. And when I would teach kids which kick to use and when to use it, also why this kick works and why you do it this way and why you bend your knee that way and why you flex your foot this way.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know is, why does this work on this ship? Don't teach me the how, because that's just cookbooks. Hi, one warped one.
So maybe at some point me and you could sit down and then I could explain some of, the logic behind some of the consoles
that's
or
what
traits.
I need, yes.
Maybe when you're free and when you're not deliberating about streaming.
Yeah, I actually was working while I was at the theater. I had my notebook with, and somebody's like, are you reviewing this? I said, no, I'm making my grocery list and the list of things to do. But one of the things is to put my stream deck together, my camera, and my background visuals this weekend. And I was hoping it was going to rain today, so I had an excuse to stay inside and do it all. But no, it's nice here today. It's shady, take the dogs out. It's cool, clean the gutters. It's pleasant, rake the backyard. No. No sitting inside.
Do you want to run a patrol?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I need to do the Romulan patrols, honestly. I haven't done any of them yet.
Funny, I went across with my cross-shield refit. Trust me, that was fun. Transwarp 77 and 92 point summit. Yeah. Cross sector space.
One warped is off feeding the cat, but said, don't need an excuse to stay in here. It's actually gorgeous here today. Otherwise, it's 79 degrees. It feels like it's 70.
Yeah.
You need a jacket for being inside because they've got the air conditioners on, but they don't need to have the air conditioners on.
You know the funny thing is, I've been so lucky with ISO.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Oops, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to do something here.
Like, I have a plasma, a phaser, and a phaser sat in my account bank. Just rolled.
Let me do
With some minor re-engineering.
There we go.
Have you made sure all the mics are working?
Well, I think so. Chosen, can you hear both of us talking? I can see them popping across the screen, so I'm assuming everything's working.
After the last time?
Yeah, see, this is interesting. This account should be showing a ton of purchased ships and only 3 are showing up. So something's up with the filter.
Hmm.
No worries. Okay. Yes.
So I'm in my original, the OG Odyssey.
Oh.
Now,
I'll send you a
tier
team
5.
invite. So I did grab a new ship, which is because I wanted to remember it for today. It's The Fall Guy. Not that that's a great movie, but it definitely is a fun movie.
You mean Fall Guys? Well, that's also a video game as well.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but oh, that works. Oh well. Kel had mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that it was a good movie. No, not a great movie, just a good movie. And I saw it was at the theater today, an afternoon movie, so that's a discounted matinee. So instead of being like $18 to go see a movie, it was $9. And the theater I go to is also a brew pub, so you can get beer made on premises, which was quite tasty. An endless bowl of popcorn. So they don't bring you a 6-inch bowl of popcorn. They bring you a 15-inch vat of popcorn. But if you need it refilled, they'll bring it out to you. And it's actually pretty good, so I'm real happy. Alrighty. Well, if you would like to join me, we could do some Romulan patrols.
Yep.
Could start with Japori if you want.
I'll head over there now.
Okie doke. I have it on all of my accounts because I went through things today and everything is dreadnoughts, Zenkethi ships, AP damage in space, stuff like that. All spacey things. And I thought, I'm just going to do the daily event. So I got that done first thing this morning and then went off and did stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This isn't going to happen today, but Monday I should hit 750 on this account. I'm at 749. Oh, maybe today. Maybe today, because I haven't done any of my endeavors and I haven't done the universal. I may hit 750 today.
No, you won't.
Why not? I want to hit 750 today.
The reason why?
Mm-hmm.
You will get to about 14,000.
Aw. It's not fair. I want to get it all today. Okay, I'll get it tomorrow then.
When you're ready, enter.
Entering.
This is the only tier 5 vessel that I fully upgraded to tier 5 X2. What do you think?
Looking at it. Love the ship.
Yeah.
Think you got enough health on that thing?
Well,
Let's do this.
this is a fire at will build, so and it does have quantum torpedoes. So it's more accurate to the show, if that makes sense, this version.
It's a cannon build in the other sense of cannon.
Yep. And you know which quantum torpedo I'm using? I'm using the wide angle variant.
Okay.
So if you want to do a broadside, get any tiered sovereign, and get the wide angle torpedo from it, you can have a broadside torpedo.
Priority clearance recognition, Alpha 1.
Hey, Pacheka, how are you? And thank you so much for the sub. How are you doing? And hi, Matt Black.
I'm just giving all a kind of good advice tonight. What is this?
That was easy.
So what do you think of the power of this vessel?
I like that one. Very nice. Since I'm here, I might as well grab some mats. And I'll exit here.
I'll meet you at Starbase 234.
Okay. My avatar is in front of the... Yeah. Yep. I just noticed that. Let's see if I can shrink it up a little bit here. Oh. Now let's get my sub messages and let's try. Nope, wrong one. Not that one. This one. That one. Thank you. There we go. Now I've changed my sub messages to make it a little bit smaller. Thank you, Pacheka. Anyway, thank you for the sub. That was very kind of you. I appreciate it. One Warped says, I use my Malon battlecruiser. I assume that's what you mean by BC. Mine layers aft and both full breen sets. Interesting. Matt, this will be my second account that's at 750. The other two accounts are currently at 14. They have a ways to go.
I'm at 689.
So Joshua will get his shortly. Christmas time, right?
If I keep doing what I'm doing, in the next
Priority clearance
22
recognition
days,
Alpha
I'll
1.
get 700.
Hey, Lexers, thank you. Wow. Hype train
Right.
incoming, thank you so much.
So I've got 11 to go. You times that by 2, to get the 22. And then you do the 50, times it by 2, that's 100. So I've got about 122 days left of grind.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see where we're at. I'm on right behind you.
Yep.
So with my other two, I have over 700 to go on both of them.
You know what ship I'm going to try and drive now?
I
Which
have
I don't
no
normally
idea.
drive?
Which one?
The Endeavour class, the tactical one. It has a weird configuration. It looks
Going
more
in.
combat-y.
So
You gone in?
everyone, yeah, I'm in.
Take a look at it. It's a different configuration than usual.
Well, the aesthetics are nice.
All my ships have the Odyssey by skin on it.
Oh, we have to go do things. Anyway, for folks joining us tonight, this is part of my experiment to see what nights we like to be on. So this week we did Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and switched from a 2-hour format to a 3-hour format. We'll try something else, see how that goes.
Sorry for leaving them basically dead.
I'm not questioning the effectiveness of your ships. Your ships are very powerful. Ooh, this thing takes a bit of a hit. Well, Romulan patrols... Oh, that was short. That's it for a patrol?
Yep,
That doesn't count.
does.
Priority one's at 9, Matt. I will log out as they log in. And I will go raid them too, so that'll be easy. All right, what's your next one? Gamma Eridon? Narendra?
I normally go Glorman Core,
Okay, Glarndon Core it is.
just for...
Variety?
Yeah. When you hit the same system over and over again, you get bored. I like to hit random. You have a big selection, so I might as well hit the ones, more fun.
Well, I was thinking of one of these days doing one evening of all the Romulan patrols and one evening of all the Delta patrols and one evening of whatever else patrols we got out there. Just have some nights of patrols and something a little bit more thematic in the evening.
You know which ship I'm going into next? You've seen the original, the A, now you're going to see the B. I'll just catch up here real quick.
Okay. I'll wait for you. Catch up, you get there ahead of
Entering?
me. Entering. Don't start the fight, I want to take a look at the ship. Oh, now that's pretty.
The sold. How many ships? Okay, I asked this to many people. How many ships From canon of the Enterprises, do you see in this vessel?
4.
Okay, name
Oh,
which
I'm terrible at naming.
classes.
I couldn't tell
Okay.
you. I'm just looking at what I can recognize.
Constitution,
Yeah, absolutely.
Excelsior for the pylons
Yep.
or Galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
Ambassador for the secondary hull, Sovereign Star nacelles and format. You see how you can get quite a few vessels? And
Oh,
you've got the Excelsior ribbing on the side here as well.
just kind of screams, doesn't it?
Just
Very nice.
It's one of those really nice ones. Oh, it's the Gekly ones.
Yes, this is the Gekly one, which means it's the Hirogen, I believe. Delta Patrol's ones from the menu are okay, except Gone Dark. I actually like Gone Dark. I did it with Chris a couple of days ago just because we were bored of the same old, same old, same old.
I found a bug with this right now.
We're supposed to avoid the poachers. I thought we were supposed to kill the poachers.
You know the white line that normally appears?
Yes, that one right there?
Yeah. It bugs out now.
What?
The white line does not stay as you approach. It just turns like a really dark blue.
Well, I'm coming up on it. It's still white. Let's see what happens. It's staying white for me. Do we need to escort the Gekly, or do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go and get them.
I can go get them if you want to shoot things. I'll shoot some things and then go get them. Let's see. Lexer says the weather there is very bad. I keep losing power and internet. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'll go and get them. I'm already on the way back anyway.
Okay. This used to be one of my Saturday night things. In the good old days.
Maybe I need to verify my game after this.
Okay.
You're not dying, at
No,
least.
no.
I think one of the ones I'm going to get with this account, with my main tune, is
Yeah.
the Krenum Science Vessel.
Really?
Because I already have the Patrol Interceptor.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for that is I want the fourth piece from the flagship technology set.
I think you had mentioned that the other day.
Yeah.
We get those guys.
I think that's since I've already got it, I might as well get it. You know what I mean? At least have it on one account, on one tune.
Well, on all of my accounts, on my main account, I've got all of the ships. On this account, I've got very few of them. So is your white pathway still turning out blue?
Yep.
That's so weird.
Like, I could even stream it and show you.
Yeah, when we're done here, why don't you live stream it, stream it, and I will jump over there for a moment. Because you can see on mine that we are still very white.
I'm right next to the line. And normally it's pure white. I know what this should look like, but it just isn't showing that. I'm escorting the Gekly.
I'm shooting the Hirogen. Just works out very well. Jump over on yours for just 1 second. Huh. That is weird.
Like if I do that, if I do certain camera angles, it fixes it, but it just
But
doesn't
no,
look
the rest
right.
of the time, one is super pale and it is definitely not white.
Like I can see it over there, it's white.
Yeah, and it's fairly thick. Yours is extremely translucent.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
Like, it's like a visual error. And certain camera angles also brings it back as well.
That is,
See?
yeah, no, just saw that. But it's not keeping pace with you, which is really weird.
And I'm traveling pretty slow.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like cha-chunk, 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 catching up to you versus if I take that same pathway. It's still present. Yours is just catching up in pieces. They disabled the Transwarp to Ryza button. They removed the whole Rizian seasonal tab?
For now. They're definitely working on the Ryza event as we speak.
Yeah, but people go to Ryza all the time. All done?
Yep. Leaving the system.
Okay. So I don't have a Transwarp to Ryza on anything except one account. Now, when you say they removed the whole seasonal...
They've removed the Ryza seasonal event area.
You can't go to Ryza?
No, you can still go to Ryza. It's just the tab in the events tab has been removed.
Yeah, but that makes sense. It's not that event.
Look.
Oh, it was there by mistake. You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they had put it in there, and even though it said the event wasn't over, it also kind of suggested that the event was happening and that you could buy stuff.
Yeah, like, I'm here at Ryza.
Yeah, I was based at Ryza. So on this account, I can't go to Ryza, but I can on my main account. But it's not a Transwarp button, it's in the beta.
Mm-hmm.
But on one tune, it's actually its own Transwarp button, which I don't care about because during the season, you can just Transwarp off the events tab.
If you have the Transwarp coils, also has a Ryza connection to it.
Yep. Let's see how that did for this ship. Oh, that would probably help.
Actually,
well, that got me all the way up to 1.1 out of 5. How would you feel about doing some other patrols, perhaps? Maybe something that involves a dreadnought or two.
Let me show you this. This is render scale 6 of the Ryza
jump back
area.
onto yours. Oh, lovely. Yeah, everybody's hanging out on Ryza.
There's a few people practicing.
Yep, I was there the other day practicing, getting ready for it.
Like, this is how I'm taking this is how I'm take good screenshots. Render scale 6. But,
oh yeah. Well, what I will do is I will demo record. And then go back and take the screenshots after demo recording, and that's when I tweak it to render scale 6, because otherwise I have this small issue of the computer sitting here going chuck, 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 chuck.
Yeah.
Mr. Computer isn't always happy.
I can render scale 4 it for a short period, which is really nice. I can demo that.
I do like the work they've done with the lighting on that.
Look, that's render scale 4.
Still looks really good. A little bit off when you're running there. Things in the periphery.
But obviously, you're 4 times in this 1080p screen.
Which still looks good. I'm going to jump back to mine because I'm sure everybody can't see yours. Let's see. Chosen says, I'll be trying to complete the summer event this year, I hope. Oh, it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
Which gets to the easiest way to do it, Chosen. If you have time issues, which a lot of people do, you take every tune that you've got and you make them do the artifact event. At any point during the entire event, you just do it. Don't turn it in. Wait till the day you need to turn one in, turn it in. Next one's done, next one's done. You can do, I can do 12 tunes in 15 minutes. So then I've got 12 set up for the next 12 days and just have to go and click, click, click. Especially now with 4 accounts, that's going to be a little bit more essential.
So what patrol would you like to do?
Oh, that is an excellent question. Which ones do we like? How about any of them?
Oh, by the way, I need to share this with the stream because the other day I did a max record on ISE.
What'd you get?
It was not an upload because it was the thing did not like it. I
Happens.
hit 3-man ISE
Oh, excellent.
and we hit 554.69.
Nice. Who was on it with you?
Medic
Okay.
and CJDJ.
You guys were all
Catman's.
playing? Nobody was nannying?
No, all of us were over 200k.
Sweet.
Even the tank was 200k. So let's go in the South Sea and let's do something you want to do.
You want to start with Trouble Over Tur? The Alachi one?
Do you want EPG?
I
Actually,
want
that
you
would
to
make
do
it
whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. We've got an ad running, so we'll give it a minute here to finish up.
You know what? We'll do EPG because that always looks good on stream
Okay.
when I control the AI.
I just want to play with some ships tonight and not have to worry about stuff. My dogs have had a long walk. They should be quiet. They were well behaved while I was at the theater.
When you're ready, enter.
Okie dokie. Trouble Over... I said Trouble Over Tur, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do advanced or elite?
Advanced. The ship can't do elite. I don't have
Okay,
any.
trouble over to
Just because I haven't purchased weapons on this one.
launching. You know the one thing I have done with my 3 main accounts is I've given them all 3 agony beamer rates.
So this one's just working off some Delphic AP is its primary. Mostly because somebody gave them to me, and what the heck? Don't know what that is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Do we have enough peeps for Colony Sim? I don't know. If we don't have the thingy set up in the right position, we kind of need a bigger team. Otherwise, we're going to fast fail.
This has been a disruption.
So seriously, Chosen, do do any of the events and just don't turn them in. You're not required to turn them in immediately. Welcome back, Chosen. If anybody wants to do Colony Sim, we can jump down there and do it.
My crossfield looks good. I brought my Gem Hadar over to Romulan Star Empire.
Oh, thank you.
Something's wrong. The rift isn't closing.
So I'll start bringing some of my lesser known tunes into that, into the fleet.
I should probably put some of my tunes over there too.
Reading more Ilachi from Get ready to fight.
Am I lagging your PC out
Hostile Ilachi fleet on sensors. Here
with
they
all
come.
the abilities?
I'm enjoying this. Yeah, Matt Black, I did that the other day. I ran the episodes on all 4 tunes with the thought that I would get up at 2 in the morning and turn them in. And the alarm goes off at 2 in the morning, and my brain goes, oh, come on. Do you really need it that badly versus the extra sleep? Brain, you are so smart, Mr. Brain. So I turned over and went back to bed. But I will do that tomorrow. Bank up a few. Matt, you are a man after my own heart there. We could use 500k dill on Lita. Yeah, well, if I had 500k dill, I'd give it to you, but I burned it all buying stuff I apparently forgot about.
I think my friend's account's almost at 600,000.
Sweet. Gornalicious got to about 1 million, and then we had stuff that had to be done.
Yeah, I'm currently working on doing one of my other tunes to get him up to 1 million dill.
if I have another day like today, I actually have to work tomorrow, so I won't have a good day for playing around, but having a day off and just, doing things that didn't involve working was kind of nice and reminded me, there's a life outside of work. I could stick around the house and play Star Trek Online all day long.
Yeah, my gravity well's pretty strong.
You think?
I tested this build out on in PvP. People can't get away from my gravity well.
I don't even know what I'm shooting at or where I am because it's all just getting sucked into this red miasma of destruction.
Hey, there's worse things to happen.
I'm not complaining, am I?
Nope.
I just tab, find something to target, shoot it.
This is one of my more powerful builds for EPG.
It's lovely. I will read messages in just a moment, everybody, after we're done shooting up these poor Lachis. Might have to do an ISA. I need to get a dreadnought.
You like the black alert trait that keeps popping off?
Yes.
That's part of the gimmick of this build. Is I popped that in there just to see if anyone noticed. But it looks cooler when you do it with the crossfield than any other vessel, because they don't do all the spinny actions.
I really feel sorry for all these Halachi ships.
This is the Liberator. She's supposed to process now. Sounds like that's they must be dealt.
Well, the best part is it kept that guy from complaining, oh, we're taking too much damage here.
Bull loot simulator.
All right, catching up on
Well done, everyone.
memos here. Let's see, Musin. Hi, Musin. Brain, let's see.
My compliments.
Borg Battle Royale is a lot faster than the episodes. Not inherently true. Borg Battle Royale with players who know what they're doing and brought the right toys. Yeah, 100%. And then there was the other day when I decided to play it before going to work, and it took 28 minutes. 28 minutes. We were all dying because you go to the respawn point. Well, the Borg came to the respawn point, and none of us could respawn. We were dying faster than we could respawn.
Did we just get that ship leveled?
No, but we're really close. Really close. So
Nabbit.
let's see. Brain is the one that's not Pinky. No, Pinky's one of mine. Brain was one of Ed's. Pinky, what are we going to do tonight, Brain? Brain, same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. Brain's Penny's dog from Inspector Gadget. So Matt says, oh, indeed, but sometimes you run late for work and only have a minute to spare, so having the chance to hit a tune, accept the word, get the progress, and go to work is nice. Yes, I only have 8 days to go. I don't want to lose my cadence, so I get more deal. Yeah, I agree. I try and get a couple extra in by having the episodes run. And my boss doesn't care if I'm 20 minutes late or 30 minutes early or whatever.
My friend decided to buy it out, so he doesn't have as much stress.
Yeah.
And the torpedo is not upgradable.
No. It is not.
I thought it was going to be an upgradable torpedo to Epic.
That might change yet. That's why I'm not grabbing it yet. I heard that it was going to be upgradable. The thing that wasn't supposed to be upgradable, isn't this the one where we've got the Epic token?
Mm-hmm.
The
Downgradable.
The Epic token is not downgradable.
Well, the torpedo should be upgradable.
The torpedo should be updatable.
But it isn't.
And that's the weird thing. See, it'll upgrade. It'll go to Mark 12, but after that, Why can't we upgrade it to 15? An epic.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it says here
Google.
explicitly you can convert to Mark 12.
Mm-hmm. I think, when I buy the bottle, the bottle console
Mm-hmm.
from the Lobby store, I'm going to wait until there's a massive Lobby sale on
Mm-hmm.
to pick that up. Because, by then, if the 4th Metro event is going on, I'll have 2,000 Lobby at that point. And I can save myself a little bit of, Lobby by doing it that way.
Hey, Matt, can you bank the Battle Royale?
You definitely can.
Because we couldn't bank it when it was the Iconian.
They definitely patched it then.
Oh, that would make my life easier. A lot easier. I just have to remember which one I do it on. Just the episode. Yeah, well, that's how I do it, the episode. Yeah, it used to be you could bank the TFOs. You just don't claim the reward and get out of the character. Keep getting rooted in Battle Wave 12 on Battle Royale. Yep.
See, one of the best things for that,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have when people are dying
Yeah.
on the spawn point, hop in the Red Angel suit.
The Red Angel suit works really nicely. I tried the Voth exosuit. Doesn't work for beans.
No, but
the Red Angel works really well.
if you hit the 4 ability,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you a slim chance. Once you hit that, you tell your entire team just fire as much as they could. Trust me, it works. I've done it before on one of my friends' accounts. It works like a dream.
Well, there's another weird little thing that we were experimenting with but weren't able to get enough people involved in. And that is if you do the subspace party ball and everybody dances for 10 seconds, you get a 5-minute dodge. It's a Boom. Hi, Boom.
Good evening.
How are
How
you?
are you all doing tonight?
Long time no hear.
I'm going to drop team due to
Okay.
the fact I need to go make some drinks.
Go and make some drinks.
And yeah, I know you'll be still here,
I
so
will still be here.
I'll speak to you when I get back.
Okie dokie. Yes, my drink of the evening tonight is coffee because I was drinking a very nice IPA at the theater.
Do you recall the brewery?
Yes, it actually is brewed at the theater.
Oh, okay.
So it's Flick's Brew House, and this was their Proximus, which is...
Never heard of Flips.
it's a theater chain. There's only maybe 20 nationally. I don't think it's a huge chain yet. But it's a brew pub attached to the theater. So you go in, whatever, half an hour in advance, get your menu, place your order, and then just before the movie starts, they bring you your burger, pizza, salad, entrees, beer, whatever. Or you can order it online during the movie, and they'll continue to bring your food to you. It's not fabulous food, but it's not bad.
That's not too bad. I'm a fan of there's a load of them down here called Spinner Bistro, I think they're called.
Probably along the same lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they force you to get everything with it, while the previews are on, and then after that, they allegedly don't serve you, but...
Oh, no, these people keep serving you. As long as you're paying for it, they will serve you. They're not fools. Oh, goodness.
Money speaks, I guess.
Yeah, it does. Let's see where they've got locations. I'm hitting locations. Different locations, guys. Oh, that's why. So, Indiana, Iowa, New Mexico, Oklahoma, a bunch in Texas, and one in Wisconsin. So that's it so far. Yeah, about 15 locations. But it's tasty. It's the theater today was $9. Wednesdays apparently is now $5. So if you don't want to spend a ton of money, it's not bad. Popcorn's $9 for an endless bowl, and they bring it to you. The beer is quite good. I would say skip the pizza though. Yeah, it's pizza.
I might have to look into it next time I'm in the area.
Okay.
I'm overdue a visit to that part of the country.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Unless there's other reasons to be out here.
No, my previous company, we used to have an office in Minneapolis,
Oh,
like
did
in
you?
Oakdale.
Okay.
So like Wisconsin was literally just like 10 minutes just down the interstate.
Oh.
So a lot of my mates are from Wisconsin because obviously cost of living's a bit better than it is in the Twin Cities.
No kidding.
Um, so yeah, it's been a while because obviously I don't work for that company anymore. So and I keep saying to my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna find an excuse to come to Wisconsin and miss Minneapolis. I mean, certainly ain't going for the scenery, but
Well, it's not that bad for scenery.
yeah, I mean, if you've got a VR headset, I'd imagine it's quite nice. But
Yeah, I wouldn't
otherwise,
go back there. I mean, it's nice to be able to not be so cold during the winters that the only way you know your gender is by looking at your driver's license.
I remember years ago, I'd arranged for my team to meet in January at the Minneapolis office for the company,
That's
and
so
we had a guy
mean.
flying in.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, it's because it's like, there were a lot of people flying in, so you
Mhm.
could kind of just like roll it in under the main travel budget. So I had
Yeah.
like a fella coming across from Shanghai, guy coming across from roughly around where my hometown was in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
My other guy was already in Minneapolis, although he's technically from Chicago, and then
Yeah.
obviously me from Atlanta. And obviously it was bloody cold, but
Yeah.
we all arrived on like a Thursday, and then on Saturday morning we were just like, well, we've got a rental car. What do you want to do? I know, let's go to North Minnesota. Let's go to Duluth. We've heard that's meant to be quite nice, and
From Minneapolis?
it yeah, it
Oh
was
my God.
so cold that when we got to the gas station, like halfway between St. Paul and because when St. Paul was where the office was ish,
Yeah.
and Duluth,
Yeah.
that we had to stop in the gas station for probably 20 minutes longer than we intended because it was so cold that even though we were driving, the gas cover where obviously where you stick
Yes.
something was just so locked tight, not frozen, not I like frozen, but just locked tight because of the cold that we basically just had to wait for it to kind of warm up a bit. It
Yeah.
was, yeah, absolutely ridiculous, but good breweries up there, I'll say that much.
Yeah, what else are you going to do there? Drink.
There was a maybe slightly off topic and controversial for a Twitch stream, but I've got a couple of friends who actually live in Minneapolis proper, and they said that there is actually the concept of a December and January baby. Like you can tell based
yeah.
on when someone's born
Uh-huh.
what their parents were up to at a certain time of the year. Because apparently at that time of the year there's just nothing to do
Yep.
other than stay indoors.
That's really true. It is so true. So I was thinking Duluth was a little bit longer drive. That's only a 2-hour drive. My husband
Yeah,
lived in
not too bad.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, and a place called Edina, which is in the same area, for like 10 years. And you get block heaters for your car, where basically you have your car heating all night long to keep the engine from freezing. It's not running. It's just a heater to keep the engine warm enough to not freeze overnight.
Yeah, I saw that in Alaska where all
Yep,
the
same
cars had
concept.
like a male to female
Mm-hmm.
electrical plug in front, and then almost
Yep.
all of the parking spots had something to plug in.
Yeah. Lexer says they're block heaters. That is what they are. So Indiana gets what they think is cold, but they don't have a clue what cold is. And plus, if it snows like a half an inch down here, they go into panic mode. First year I was here, my boss called me up with the first snowfall, and maybe 3-4 inches on the ground. Okay, we're going to shut down for the day. We'll give you a call when you can come back. I'm like, it's 3 to 4 inches. And he said, yeah, right, you go and try and drive here. He was right. They have no idea how to plow the roads. The main roads will get plowed out in 3 to 4 hours, but we're not on the main road. And there was just no way to get into the office for 2 days.
I mean, to be honest, it's the same in Atlanta.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
it's hilarious how little snow shuts down the city. Like they had this thing about probably 10 years ago at this point. They called it snowpocalypse. And you read up and you go, oh yeah, it shut the city down. I mean, and in all fairness, to kind of balance it out, you go, yeah, it did shut the city down because the city's not prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ignore the preparation and what people have and what they're used to for driving conditions and stuff like that, you realise how arguably pathetic the situation was. It was like maybe like an inch, 2 inches of snow or something, and maybe, obviously cold enough for a little bit of ice in places, but people here are not used to it. Like,
Yeah.
ice is not difficult to drive on. It's just a case of you just don't do anything suddenly. Don't brake suddenly, don't accelerate suddenly, don't turn suddenly, just do everything slowly and you're good. People down here are just not used to it. And then you kind of combine that with the lack of salt spreaders on the roads and all that kind of good stuff, and it's just chaos. But it goes the other way though. Like, when you get people in the north parts of the country going, "Oh, it's hot," and you go, "Oh, it's like high 60s." Like down here, well, just like that ain't bloody hot. That's a cool day in Atlanta.
Hey, Matt Black, head up to Buffalo, New York. You'll get your snow back. They have everybody's snow. Yeah, I grew up in Chicago, obviously. So I learned to drive on ice and snow, which we don't get down here too much, but I do. Until April of last year, I was going back and forth every week. And so I kept my hand in, and down here they just don't do it. But what was really strange was when I was living in Lansing, Michigan, where they call it lake effect snow. It's not true lake effect snow, but it's the weather pattern is weird where it picks up moisture off the lake and it changes the temperature. So basically it gets midway into Michigan and just dumps the snow, like 15 inches overnight. And they don't plow because it's the state capital. So they let the state handle it. So the town doesn't handle it. The state has to deal with it, which is a really weird concept. And they say, yeah, everybody's pretty good. You just stay in for 24 hours, and then the state will come around and take care of everything. And I'm thinking, I don't want to get snowed in Lansing, Michigan for 12 extra hours. Oh, yeah, Lexers, I know 15 inches is nothing compared to Canada. My brother's up in the UP. And I was up there in between the snow, which could easily be a couple feet overnight, and then the effect of the ice on Lake Superior. So the wind would push the ice onto the shore, and it would just pile up and pile up and pile up. So the sandbanks that they've got that protect the houses from all the effects of the snow and the wind off the lake would now have the ice piled up to 20 to 30 feet behind the houses. So they were parallel with the dunes. So you'd climb up the dune and you would be out on the ice on the lake. And it doesn't look scary till you get to the edge of the ice and you look down and it's 30 plus feet down to black, frigid, tumultuous waters. And if you fall in there, you are dead. There's no way to get saved. There's nothing. Lexer says such ice movements destroy massive piers and docks. That's true. This is up in Copper Country, so they have the big. Now they've got the steel ore boats coming in, and the copper ore coming in and out of there all the time, so they can deal with it a little bit better. But yeah, most of the regular fishing docks aren't going to survive that, so people just take them in and put them away during the winter. Wait for everything to thaw in June and put it back out. Blizzard of 76, 77 in northeastern Ohio. Our district was the only one that didn't close after it. Oh, yeah, we closed. I was at work at the mall, and it started snowing, and my mom's like, yeah, we only live 5 miles away. Don't even think about coming home. Just stay there. If the mall's staying open, they go buy some blankets and a pillow and sleep on the floor of your office, which is what we did. The restaurant stayed open, so people are kind of having a huge mall party. And speaking of baby boom shortly thereafter, I'm sure 9 months later, there was a few additional children that weren't planned for. Any snow after the late 90s was pathetic. I don't know. My college never closed for snow, even when we had enough snow. And I'm like, I'm in college. I could call in and say I'm not coming in today, but I still got over there. And I was an adult. I wasn't a kid. Let's see, must have been almost 30 when I went back to college. So, Boom, we haven't seen you for a while. How is your life going?
Yeah, not too bad overall. Nothing really major to report. I mean, to be honest, I've not really given much thought to SDO other than just logging in for the dailies, especially as now I'm undecided whether the rewards are suddenly lucrative or if the rewards for the dailies are actually worthwhile or somewhere in between.
Um,
Um,
I do the dailies when I feel like doing the dailies, but if I have two of Ed's old accounts that I'm now playing, and those are the ones I tend to do the most. But also those tunes are the least developed, so it takes longer. And by the time those are done, it's just like, do I really want to? The meta event reward is definitely worth it this year.
you'll note a while ago with when you buy out a given event campaign that contributes to the yearly.
Yeah.
You'll note a while ago when we were chatting on Discord, that's been invaluable because I've had enough going on this year that I was like majorly behind. So the fact that I was like, oh, I've got a couple thousand Zen here and that stipend that I've just got no use for, all of a sudden being able to just go, oh, well, I'm just going to effectively buy 700 points, and then the last couple of days giving me another 200 or 300 now means I'm technically a little bit ahead. So at the next one, if I do the same, do as many days as possible, and then do a buyout, theoretically, I'll be so far ahead with it, I can basically take any event in December off, which for me is going to be wonderful because December's usually my busiest travel month.
Well,
so thank you for that tip. That was very useful.
If you're buying out, you should be completed with it if you do 3 buyouts and either buy out the 4th or do a couple of days of the 4th.
So, where were we?
We're talking about buying out the metas.
So each one gives you 750. Times that by 3.
Yeah, so it's.
I think it's 700. I mean, it's margin of error, but
yeah, but
it can come in useful. So thank you for the tip on that.
Absolutely, yeah. DT was saying that he bought out. I think he bought out the current one because I don't know if you're aware of this, Boom, but DT's getting married in a couple of weeks.
Yes, someone told me a while ago. It might have
been me. Might have been somebody else. Yeah.
Whomever told me.
But he was the one who was saying, "Oh, I'm just going to buy it out because I've got too much going on," which makes perfect sense.
It's one of the unwritten benefits of the stipend, isn't it? Like we generally say it as going, you get 500 a month, as it were. Like when you kind of add it all up, times like this for DT, like when he's got a lot of stuff going on, he can stay relevant in the game without having to overpay for some random event item, whatever it may be. And so the step is kind of, they should kind of list that on the description. You just go, hey, suddenly busy.
So to get the max amount, if you buy them all out, you'll need all 6 events at 750.
No, you should.
Yep, you'll need all 6.
But if you do a couple of, obviously you'd have to really go into the weeds for calculating it. But if you just did like a couple of days here and there for each of them, and a couple of buyouts like I have up to now, works out well.
Yeah, well, I'm at 3450, but that's because I've been doing the event the whole time through, plus the extra days at the end.
I'm only, after you doing all the 20-hour cooldowns, I'm only 1 behind you.
I have not been doing the 20 hours this time. Just when it hit the 3 a.m. one the other day, it's just like, no.
Bizarrely, I'm on 2457. Don't know where the 7s come from, but I'm on 2457.
Somebody else had that too?
Wait a second, 2457, so...
Yeah, how do you get the 7?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think I ended up logging something with them because I thought something didn't thing, and they explained it, but I can't remember what they said. Let me go on my email, let me have a look.
Okay.
So, he will need 35 days of progress to officially finish the event.
You should get 50 a day. Where the heck did the 7 come from?
So I'm
If
just
you
looking
bought,
up. I found the ticket now. Let me just read on it, see what they said.
Yeah, I'm looking through the notes. It's 50s.
So according to this, because basically I commented that the Azure Nebula Rescue TFO a while ago didn't give me full points. They basically went blah 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 blah. Our record shows that your participation in the Tholian Trouble event credited you with 50 campaign points. To be clear, it didn't, but I couldn't be bothered arguing with them. I also found out that the 7 extra progress points were granted to you when you purchased the Defense of
Yes.
Pavo event buyout on February the 29th. Due to said purchase, your event campaign progress increased from 600 to 707.
Yeah, that's what Lexers is saying here.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
you get a slight penalty on the first play after a buyout.
Yeah.
So I learned
Bit of
something
a
new
weird one.
today. I was this years old when I learned that.
well, I'm ready for invite, but I'm going to swap tunes to a
Okay,
different
swap
tune.
tunes. I still have a little bit to go to level up this ship, so tell me when you're ready and I'll send you an invitation.
Yeah, I'm going to bring in Lab. No, I'm going to bring in Stroll. I think, he needs a bit more dill. Okay, I'm on Stroll when you're ready.
Okie dokie. There you go.
I'm going to step away for 2 minutes.
Sure,
Back in a moment.
absolutely. Hey Joshua, can you give me about 2 minutes to run down and grab a cup of coffee?
Go ahead.
No,
I made
okay.
myself 2 cups of tea.
Okay, well you did tea, I'm going to do coffee. I'm going to find out what the dogs are barking about. I'll be right back. I'm back. You guys back?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, the doggos are not angry. The doggos are explaining to me that there are people outside daring to walk in front of their own house.
Ah,
Woof, 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 woof. What are we doing?
how about we do a very quick wanted Argala?
Works for me.
Let me just quickly collect all my stuff on this character.
Okie doke.
And I'm launching it now. On advance?
You said advanced, right?
Yep.
On my way.
I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Excuse me one second.
And Joshua, just as a quick question for you. I can't
Yes.
place your accent. I've got a
Manchester area.
suspicion. Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought you were north of Manchester based on the accent.
Yeah.
There's something that pops up last time I think I was on. I think you were on, and I'm just like, that accent's so familiar, but for the love of God, I cannot place it.
If you give me enough time, I'll do even acting Southern American. Because you can do that with an English accent. You can actually transition it into an American variant.
just all you need to do is put y'all in every other sentence.
Oh, no,
and
no,
you'll be
no,
good.
no. There's more to it than y'alls.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it. Have
I
some
mean,
fun.
in your part of the world, it's what's the Minnesotan thing?
Well, I'm not Minnesotan. I mean, I've
No,
been
no,
there.
but that the Midwest thing's more of a
Well,
it's
Minnesotan
more of
has its own
more
little
of an
thing. It's
to
the
everything, isn't
Yadair
it?
A. But Yadair is the big thing. Oh, Yadair. But there's weird little inflections with Minnesotan, and if you've ever seen the movie Fargo, they did a pretty good job of picking it up.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with
It's distinct. My boss is Canadian. And even though he's been in the States for a long time, every now and then it just pops up. Every time he goes home and visits his kids and grandkids, it just sneaks in there.
I think I might have said in the past. It's funny when I go back to the UK with my other half. I think I definitely know I've told you this one in the past, but for just to kind of complete the sentence, as it were, I if I spend an evening with obviously with my other half and then a couple of my friends, the conversation's usually like, "Oh, did you have a good evening? Yeah, okay." Couldn't understand the word that you said though. It's amazing how fast your accent comes back when you're
Oh, yeah.
back in your hometown.
No, I'm very aware of that. But the weird thing for me is when I go out traveling, the first few days you're trying to figure out what people are saying. Second set of days, it's better. Third, fourth, fifth, it's easy. By the end of the week, you're fine. Then you get back home and everybody sounds weird again.
The standard Lexington build is the same one I use on pretty much any Lexington. If that makes sense?
Yep.
So,
excellent work.
any phaser quad cannon,
Station party. Take the
some beam rays, any torpedo of your fancy at the front,
Thank you for your assistance.
and 2 Omnis and 2 phaser turrets.
We have the suspect in
Simple.
What's the general consensus on the Lexington? And just to kind of preface it before you answer, I was looking through my inventory earlier because I've obviously not really done the game properly for a while. I've got like 2 T6 tokens at 50% off the last 2 yearly event rewards not used,
Okay.
and a few
I'll-
other bits and bobs. So I was just
I'll-
like, do I get
I'll-
something new just to play around?
The Lexington is
We have the suspect in
a very good energy-based weapon damage build because of the miracle worker seating on.
Oh wow, you're doing good.
Due to one of the abilities is called narrow sensor band, which can increase your damage up to about 50% if you use that ability correctly. And if you're using mixed armaments, where you're using cannons, beams, and torps, it also negates some of the damage lost if you're using 2 firing modes on your vessel.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the modes, but
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it on the C-Store now just to see what it's. Can you get
And-
rid of this stupid pod on the top?
Yes, you can put the regular Odyssey skin on it.
Thank God for that, because that pod just looks dull.
In certain configurations, it doesn't look as half as bad.
Lexer says mixed armament. Yes, I can say that. You can get up to plus 200%.
My mistake. But for a dreadnought of her size, she turns really well.
What's the turn thing, guy? I'm just looking.
The Terran?
It's an 8. Yeah, according to the T-Store, it's an 8 on the turn, which is isn't that similar to
Yeah.
the Gagarin?
I have the
What?
Terran on one of Ed's old accounts.
Yeah. Slightly better than the Gagarin, sorry, according to this. So yeah, that's more than
I
usable.
like
by
the
time
Gagarin,
it's
but
modern.
I like the
Oh.
Gagarin, but it can be super squishy.
One thing about it,
Mm-hmm.
if you put the right stuff on it, it turns better than the Gagarin.
I rate everything in comparison to my legendary, whatever the heck I drive for my main tank.
Verity.
Thank you.
The Verity Command Dreadnought.
Which drives like a brick. Turns like a brick.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been pondering the idea of getting the Awani. I'm seeing a lot.
oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Casual SAB would say that's a must-get ship.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about that with Shadow Ripper this afternoon. He really wants to pick one up. And I'd definitely go with it. Frost likes it. You like it, Joshua. I think it
I
likes
haven't
it
got
too.
it yet.
I mean,
I haven't got it yet.
yeah, but theoretically you like it.
Theoretically?
Yeah.
I
You've
will
mentioned it
hold your-
before.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's really interesting me about that vessel is the console and the accessories that come with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the Type 7s, if you don't like debuffing your targets, these pets will do it for you. So you no longer will need Attack Baton Beta 3 on your builds. Because of the Type 7s. If you get the Elite variants, they debuff your targets so much, your weapons will penetrate so much easier, and it will like you're firing, at full power without having to debuff them yourself, effectively. But there's one drawback to it.
And that is?
Have you not seen the console layout?
No, I haven't.
It's 5 engineering, 5 science, 1 tactical.
Oh,
But
I mean, does that matter as much nowadays with these
No,
new
it's-
type
it-
of device formats?
it still makes
But
a difference. I mean, you can compensate with other stuff, but one tactical.
here's the thing. The way I see this, Carrier been working on mine.
Yeah.
If you got the hangar bay advanced consoles
Mm-hmm.
with the superior area denial and a few other bits and pieces, this ship is a glory hound for it. Because you'll actually get the Turn the Tide and all the rest of them that you know from other vessels, like your Verity.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a full command seating on the science seat of all things.
That's
You've also got the Miracle Worker, so you can put Narrow Sense Bands 3 or weapon, Merchant's Power to Weapons 3, whichever one you decide to go on first. So in reality, you can make a pretty decent carrier build out of it.
yeah, absolutely.
If you show more details, you can actually see all the traits and stuff for it, without going to the shipyard.
It's just such weird console layout. Oh, yeah, I could go with tactical. But 5 science is weird.
But I think, command, you could definitely do a lot of you could do a lot of stuff with this seating.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe not as tactically focused as some of the other vessels.
No, definitely not.
I'm calling the Terran the Mirror Warship out for that one. 5 tactical, 2 science, 4 engineering or 3 engineering. Yeah. It's not the worst offender in this case. Like, still typing out Miracle Worker abilities.
Well, Boom, would you like to join us for a little pew pew?
Yeah, go on, man. I mean, I've
Just-
got a very unoptimized Avenger build. 'cause
That's
I've been-
okay. This is all for fun.
Yeah.
I did one of the new ISA elites the other day, and it was tragic. I am so rusty. Probably didn't help that the team I was with didn't really do a great job of things. But
Yeah, we actually
I,
did one
I, I
that's...
knew for myself, I was like, yeah, I am rusty as hell here.
We
Yeah.
had an elite going the other night. I don't think Joshua was in it, but it was 3 of us who were, teamed up in 2 pugs, and it went amazingly well.
Mhm.
I was surprised.
I was watching a video the other day where I can't remember which YouTuber it was, where they're just like, oh yeah, the record for the beam overload builds now is like 2 point something million, and I'm
Yeah,
like, damn.
it's getting
I
into the
remember I
crazy
used to
numbers.
hit like 1.3, and I was like, wow, that took a lot of effort. So if like the new standard because of power creeps in the 2 million plus range, I'm like, wow, I've got a lot to catch up on.
Hey, I'm still happy when I can crack 100. So,
I mean, anything over 100 is kind of superfluous, to be quite honest. The only advantage of the higher ones is basically your EP-ness. And what's that really annoying TFO I keep forgetting?
I've onslaught.
No, Hive
No.
Onslaught's not annoying. Procyon
No,
5.
no, it's like
Gravity kills, Procyon 5.
no. It's got the God, I'm going blank. There's a specific TFO where it's only Battle of Corfez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Corfez has been
Yeah.
a little buggy lately, so...
Yeah.
You telling me that Star Trek Online's been buggy lately? Don't be daft. That never happens.
Shall we do a rescue and search advance?
Well, we don't need to do a patrol at all because I am mastered. How would you feel about an ISA?
Sure.
Sure.
Or defensive starbase 1.
Or Defensive Starbase 1?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Or give them the new one, resistance to starbase 1.
Or Guillotine.
Or Wolf 359.
Or Wolf 359. Did they ever...
I'll just put it out there to say I don't care which. So
Okay.
you two pick.
I need a Dreadnought out of it. That's all I care about.
Okay, that's a Hive onslaught.
Hive Onslaught.
Hey, we're just rattling off TFOs here. Wee woo.
Wee woo. Thank you.
We
You
would.
can see it pop up. Yeah, so I don't know if you've played recently, Boom, but now when you're doing kills in a team, you get the team kill count. So if you have like 30 frigates and everybody in there has 30 frigates, everybody gets the same 30 frigates. So
Yeah.
it makes it a little bit
Wow.
easier for doing endeavors.
So I get it if you kill it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Didn't know that. That's new.
Lexers is saying a lot of people are having issues with guillotine since the last update. I haven't had issues since the last updates. Do you know what kind of problems they're running into? And Azure Nebula is bugged. Azure Nebula was working fine the other day too.
How have they managed to break that one? I mean, I've been in the game. That's been in the game like 10 years at this point. Have they managed to go back and break it?
Well, actually, they did an upgrade.
Conscious decision.
They did an upgrade to it for an event, which was a nice upgrade. And I don't know what they've done that is bugging it now.
Here's how rusty I am. I can't even remember the commands for passing at this point.
Resistance.
I haven't parsed mine in a long time. Whatever I was using doesn't work anymore. And it's on my list of things to do. However, cleaning the gutters was a higher thing on the list of things to do this week. And putting the screens up is on the list for tomorrow. I can't remember who's been parsing. Oh,
Forgot about this one. I'm guessing the age-old "don't ignore the spheres" still applies.
yep. The spheres are still annoying.
Oh, Jesus, I'm getting spanked here. Have I missed some spears? Yeah,
Yeah, there's one over here.
come here, Sphery.
My hull regen's pretty good for this ship.
And you build good ships. Oop, there we go.
I kind of built it for not a full DPS build.
Mm-hmm.
What I did call it for was was a semi-effective DPS slash it can survive certain TFOs. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I know people who build specific ships for specific TFOs, so I get that.
This vessel, and I will claim another.
Well, she died.
That was
We went down
fast.
quick. Right. Have they changed it, or did we just do really well?
We did really well. They have not changed it.
Right. I was going to say it went down quicker than well, I won't complete that sentence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joshua.
apparently I died.
You
Well,
did.
that's annoying.
I did
Joshua-
not pass it.
Okay.
If we do an infected, I will pass it.
Okay.
But I will hop on my main so we can do an IAC.
Okay. Well, hop on your main. Go ahead. I'll get out of there.
Boomy, you remember the traditional layout for an IAC?
I don't think it's changed. I think it's just the ships that have changed, hasn't
Yeah.
it? As in, there's now a simulators.
Process. Let's see.
I mean,
People
my
are-
positioning may be a little bit off. It's been a while, but we'll give it a go.
Doesn't matter because I'll be the tank. So
Lexers is saying people say guillotine stops at the stitching part, enemies warp away and everything stops, but it doesn't complete. I have not had that happen yet.
no.
We've been playing
I haven't
almost
either.
every morning. I'm going to switch to a different account though, so let me kick everybody here, because this ship is not going to handle ISC.
You bring something DPSy like a Gagarin or something.
I'm gonna go grab my tank because it's got.
So are you doing what? Do we need a tank, or did you say you were doing a jet?
I'll grab a tank. Unless you're grabbing a tank, Joshua.
I'm grabbing a tank.
Okay, then I'll go grab something that's got some DPS. What are we?
Any of mine others for them?
Well, it's up to you because I can sort to a DPS and you can go tank. I don't mind.
Well, I'll go tank then.
I'll swap to a high DPS in build then.
Works for me.
The inquiry is then.
Hey, Lexers, I had an issue with guillotine right at the beginning where it would only let us trigger 5 of the 6 stitching. It wouldn't let us trigger the 6th one, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
And in Wolf 359, we had an issue with a ship, not a sphere, maybe a sphere, no, it was a probe, getting pushed back into the body of the Borg cube. And we had to kind of figure out how to push it out to kill it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let me get everybody an invitation here.
I will be passing this, so I will be copying them into chat.
Okie dokie. Anybody else?
I might go no guarantees on my performance in this. It's been so bloody long.
No
It's fine.
worries.
This is like a year ago. I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'll smash it. Right now, I'm just like,
Do the best you can with whatever equipment you have. Any performance you can bring, do it.
All right, ISE is queued up. We will.
We will.
we won't.
I will
This
have
is
to
gonna
see if
be-
I can get Wolfie to do that for me.
Yeah.
I don't remember
So-
the positioning off the top of my head. Like the first cube, you usually quickly shoot around the back to get the flanking, don't you?
Yeah.
I think the same with the cube at the end. You have to get it in a certain position to get the flanking bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck to you, three.
Thank
two.
you.
This is going to be over pretty quickly.
Who have we got with
Not me.
us? Oh,
I'm not missing
Kenobi's
that.
here.
The situation is grim.
It's a
Oh,
situation
dear.
where Kenobi's here, so
So we know this is going to be a quick run.
probably
Well, which one's Kenobi? Where's he? What's his turn he's
he's in
using?
Mercy.
Okay.
Happened to Kenobi in a while, actually. Now that I think of it.
You got 2 inquiries, a sovereign.
Well, there's 2 Kenobis. There's Obi-Wan, and this is Kenobi 624. Yeah, this one's not going to be too long.
The Netite probe will repair the transformers. Stop that.
Oh, that is going down quick.
Oh, Gary 7 clearly knows what he's doing as well, which is always fun.
A probe is closing in on a transformer. Destroy it.
Well, it's certainly going a lot better than the one I did the other day.
I'll take care of these probes down here.
Who's tanking again?
I am?
I just wonder why I'm not taking any damage.
Just hopefully
I
I'm
mean,
doing my
shields
job
don't
right.
count against the bug, does it? Oh, yep.
Did we get
Spoke
the
too
lab?
soon. Suddenly dropping a ton. And probably dead. Yeah, there we go. That's annoying. Oh well. Probably on me, that one. It's been a while.
Still got a couple of spheres just hanging out here being evil. We missed something. There it is.
Yeah, there's no night generator at the back.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Got it.
Pretty certain that was pretty tragic for me, but
Oh,
so
compared to what it
Okay.
used to take out of us to do it in the past, that was pretty good.
I must say,
Yes.
Boom,
yeah.
you're going to be pleasantly surprised with these numbers.
Give us numbers. Give us numbers.
The numbers are going in stream chat first.
Okay. Ugh. Well, I'm not happy. Nice. Everybody's nice, and then there was me. Oh well.
Yeah, not bad, I guess.
No.
I mean, in all fairness, with 2 DPS players in there, that's, you know, and whomever SJM 1701 was, that's probably not too bad, actually.
There was
I mean-
there was 3 big one hits,
Yeah.
and there was 1 massive hit. The biggest max one hit was 1.1 million.
What was it?
Let me go and have a look.
I'm finding as much, you know, don't get me wrong, as much as I'm kind of commenting on, like, you know, I'm a little bit rusty, I'm kind of like, I spent so long chasing the DPS things that I'm at the point now where I'm like, as long as it looks cool when I'm flying, I just don't care anymore. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, but I still want to do at least a respectable score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to know what caused him to do 1 million,
Yes.
1.1 million
Yes.
hits?
Yes.
There was no weapon involved. It was the weapons on the pets.
No.
Yup.
Amazing. That is amazing. Would not have thought of pets for it.
1.1 million.
So, hey, sorry, who got 1.1 million?
Nobi. That's the number thingied.
Oh, max hit. Okay, I was
Yeah.
confused. I'm like, oh, this is 830. Yeah, okay, fine.
Only 2 recorded deaths on that run.
Yeah, I was one of them.
And Kenobi.
Really?
Kenobi died at least once.
Yeah. Probably got
But
into
he-
close to something.
But he did take... You took in... Attacks in 62.52. He took in like 15% of the damage
Wow.
of the attack. So... The fact he died is not surprising.
Yeah, I still have an issue with getting to the target fast enough, so...
If I remember correctly, I used to use a couple of like the batteries and all stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my build's not particularly optimized right now. Like half the consoles are just there because they look cool when you use some of the abilities. I'm sure I could do a lot better, but you know, as I said, at this point, I'm like, 300 odd K is a respectable score. Beyond that, as long as it looks pretty, I think I'm fine.
It was effective.
It's like Sob always used to say, the real end game is not DPS, the real end game is Barbie.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely is. But as a couple of the devs have said, the whole thing here is you play the game the way you want to play it. And to do what you want to do, whether that's Barbie or DPS or weird builds or RPG, it's your game.
There you go.
I like that.
Now to go into the USS Fleetwood. Darkmom's favorite vessel.
Hey, we got us a Frost. Hi, Frost.
Wild frost has been spotted.
It is a Wild Frost.
I think this is the first time I've seen Frost or had the ability to speak to him, probably close to 2 years at this point.
Really?
How are you doing?
Sorry? I
How
didn't
are
do
you
it on
doing?
purpose, I swear.
I just noticed Kenobi's in the chat as well.
Yeah.
So I was chatting with him on very briefly, one message chatting with him on the side as well.
Okay. What are we going to do today?
We're shooting things.
Shooting things.
I know. Who'd have thunk?
That never happens in this game.
Yeah, really. Really.
Are you allowed?
Life's an adventure. It's a Saturday night, and I want to see Fall Guy.
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say if you've got a couple bucks to spare and it's running at your theater, go see Fall Guy. I don't know if it would be worth going to a $20 theater for it, but this was $9 for a Saturday afternoon. It was fine. It was a fun movie.
I think Emily Blunt is a good person.
I'm gonna say something though. There's 2 scenes where she has to run. Emily Blunt cannot run.
Okay.
I can't explain it, but it's like she's struggling to run. Just run. Just plain old running. Nothing fancy. Okay. That said, this is the first movie I've ever seen with Ryan Gosling. I've never seen him in a movie before.
Wow.
I know.
I want to know where that rock is you've been living under.
Hey, let's...
Been in like 30 movies.
Yeah, but do any of them have kaiju in them? Probably not.
Probably not.
See, I have my criteria for what makes a good movie, and it involves giant robots or kaiju.
It involves giant robots.
Yeah.
It's a robot.
Let's see. Emily Blunt I have seen in at least one other movie.
Oh. I mean, I think, like I said, I think she's a fine person, and I like her husband in movies, but just, I don't know, something about it just doesn't strike me as interesting.
She was fine in this movie. It was a fine movie. I saw her in The Young Victoria, which I was unimpressed with, but that's where I'd seen her.
The Young Victoria?
Yeah, she played Queen Victoria.
Okay.
Like this would be like, 15 years ago, 20 years ago? It's an older movie.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe.
Yep. Not
I
exciting.
believe you.
Would you like an invitation to join the party?
I am currently in guillotine, but
Oh,
as soon as
well,
I'm done with that, I
Let
am
me know when
happy.
you're done guillotining things, and let us know if it works out on you. Lexers was saying it's been buggy.
Bork, bork! Bork! Bork!
Mm-hmm. That too. Bork, bork. Herc attendants are the ground things, right?
Yes.
Why we can't just call them herc bugs?
Herc bugs. because then they would be offending bugs.
Well, if the bugs don't like it, they can let us know.
Well, that sounds horrible. What did the bugs ever do to you?
They didn't do anything to me. So, Joshua Boom, as soon as Frost joins us, what shall we do?
I don't mind. I'm going to quickly test out my building a wanted real quick.
Okay.
I've got a couple of ships I should probably work on getting the trait from, like the Temerian, the Rex pilot, and then theoretically whatever I get with the T6 this evening.
Okay. Well, grab
Oh,
something and we
anything
can help you level it up super fast so you can get things off of it.
So what do we think between the Awani and the Lexington?
Oh, I love the Awani.
Awani it is. You're on a roll lately, Mum, and you've been advising on some good things, so I'm going to go with the Awani.
Yeah, it's actually the next ship I'm going to pick up. Lexers, yes, the only good bug is a dead bug.
That's harsh.
There we go, there's the Awani boat.
Nice.
Plenty of great bugs out there.
We
Need a name.
You need a name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Insert name here.
No, I mean, this is the challenge with me. All my Federation ships are all beer orientated, so I need to look what I've already got.
I don't usually name ships till I decide I'm going to keep them, but the Awani, I'd probably have to think of a good name for it.
Let's go and have a look what current ships I have and what names. It's been that long that Space Dock feels new to me. So, right, I've got a bourbon barrel, I've got a whiskey barrel, I've got a Marzen, a Hellsbach, a Goes, a double IPA, hazy, Kolsch, a lager, a quadruple bock, a stout, and a triple.
Well, I was drinking a Proximus IPA today, if you want to do a Proximus, which was tasty. Not fabulous, though. I probably won't go with it because it wasn't a fabulous beer.
I'm kind of thinking milkshake IPA. They're usually a little bit controversial, so let's go with a milkshake.
I really want to go
I
back to
could while away the hour.
Ooh.
Hey, team up, let's build this mother chucker.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to see what's going on here with the Armada. Screaming Litas. Need some dilithium.
I've got a couple hundred marks I've got the last few days if they're of use anywhere.
I'll take a look.
I think I'm in the millions for marks right now, so I generally don't look unless someone prompts. Right, let's change over. Right, where is the...
Must destroy tactical cubes.
Lexers has been keeping everything up to speed. Let's see, Starbase.
These Lexus have been doing a pretty good job, I've noticed. Whenever I've logged in, of keeping us all up to date on stuff. Every time I log in, there's a new message from him, which is usually pretty useful.
Yep.
In fact, credit where credit is due.
Yeah, absolutely. He is definitely keeping us running. And
So
hopefully
this
he's
crew,
hearing
this
the
one-
praise because he's doing a great job, and I hope you're listening to this, Lexers.
Well, the reconditioned build on the Norway has now been completed. By the way.
Can you get ultra rare Type 7 shuttlecraft or just the
Yes.
rare one?
You can get ultra rare
Are they the
from the Fleet Starbase.
yeah, okay. I'll get them later then.
Don't be shy,
what a
Lexers.
He's allowed to take a bow.
Yeah, really. Every now and then back in the day, I'd get little messages from Ver saying, "Oh, you're doing such a great job because I just don't have time to get there." And I'm like, "Oh, well, thanks." I don't see anything that needs fleet marks at the moment. So I'm going through things. Holy Church of Kirk had something that was cooking, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay. You need to go to Intel. We need to change these.
Yeah, it's all the lithium at the
abilities.
moment.
We'll have
Mm,
viral impulse burst and that. Perfect.
I can't remember the name of the console there. What's the one off the Bajoran fighter that has the phaser
Domino.
gun?
Domino.
Domino. Jesus, this is out of touch I am right now.
okay, I
It's
just
fine.
finished. Mm. Finish with the explosion. Say goodbye.
Take some
Blah
more.
blah blah.
They need colony ore. I will grab my tunes and we will go off to the colony. I wish I could give you the colony ore off my Klingons. I am sitting on 25,000 colony ore. I don't know why.
Ed definitely had a sense of humor if he was doing that.
He did that. I don't know why
If you
he
would
did
like the to send me an invite, I am here.
that. Okay. You are invited. Lexer says, I know, so do I. You know, Lexers, we almost need to start a new Klingon fleet just so we have an excuse for doing colony stuff and burning off all that colony ore. Well, hold on. I've got 4 tunes now. I could actually do that. You and I could start our own fleet just to get rid of colony stuff.
Except for that, you still have a fleet that you just abandoned, lady.
Yeah, but I can't bring it into this armada
Why not?
because this armada's full.
So that sounds like an excuse.
Well, I'm not going to kick any of these functional fleets out of here.
It sounds like an excuse to
And
me.
nobody else has invited me to an armada. Lexer says hard pass. Well, maybe I'll start one up, Lexers, and invite you over to it, and you can come over and burn things. Don Burrito is live now, for those of you who are Don Burrito fans.
I don't know.
Mhm.
We're just gonna guess. I don't like refried beans, and that makes me not a good person.
Pardon?
So I don't like refried beans, and that makes me not a good person.
Well, he's got other burrito, non-burrito themed tunes.
He has burrito themed tunes.
I think all his tunes are food themed.
Tacos, burritos, burgers,
I
pizza.
don't know if he's got a burger one. All right, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Mm.
I'm just rebuilding my
Oh, okay.
hookup bar. I'm going to need 2 minutes.
Oh, sure, no problems. No problems at all. Let's see what this red alert is right here. Oh, it's Fast and Peaks. Let's go to Fast and Peaks. Yeah.
Now what? What?
You don't have to do this.
What?
I'm down on New Romulus and we just got a red alert.
I see. I'm watching.
So what the heck? I'm here.
You're here, so what the heck?
Right, exactly. I'll take the lithium.
I may only have one of a unique item. What?
Means you got it someplace already.
I was just randomly cruising and it just showed up.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's kind of weird.
Lots of stuff there.
At some point, I'm going to burn through the Delta Quadrant with my Klingon recruit.
I
For
really wish I
episodes
could-
or for patrols? Or both?
Both.
Let me know. Well, some of them are, you have to do them solo, but on the ones you want to team up for, let me know, because I've got quite a few tunes who haven't done them yet. They're such a pain in the butt.
It'll be a Klingon style.
Oh, that's okay. I've got Klingon tunes.
I just thought to inform you, it'll be KDF.
ADF. Mm,
Ooh, that's nice.
Well, this one's going nice and
I would
smooth.
say Joshua's only 70 kilometers away.
Because when I get the new ships at some point, they'll all become NX, and then once they're fully built, they'll get the NCC registration.
This is really interesting. I'm having very little interference doing Vastum Peaks. Usually the Romulans and the bugs are annoyingly difficult.
Yeah.
Whatever reason, they're all just kind of ignoring me today.
When I was up there, with my KDF,
Mm-hmm.
it seems there's not as many Romulans up there anymore.
Oh, they're still here. And they actually respawn relatively quickly.
When New Romulus really needs an update, it's one area of the game that's like...
Just don't take away all the things I love about New Romulus. You can take away the
No,
stuff I
just-
don't like, but keep my favorites here.
Finishing off the staging area.
Yeah, that would be really good. I loved it in the original part when they were doing Legacy of New Romulus, and you'd see a little bit more done every day, a little bit more done every day, and then all of a sudden for the last, 7 years? Nothing.
But I think they need
10
to
years.
finish off a few things.
Yeah,
It's
really,
clearly-
just take down the scaffolding.
That would be...
Did you say the fleet starbase had the elites of these Type 7s?
Yes.
Off the Alani? It's snowing and slow today.
New Romulus could use a tailor. New Romulus has a tailor, but you have to be a Romulan to use it. Or Romulan allied. It's inside the command center.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to use that one, you could go to the new Romulan. Nope, you gotta be a Romulan to do the Romulan fleet too. Flotilla, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. So...
No, 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 no. It's not a social zone. If you think about
But
it, the Klingons have theirs, inside. Federation has theirs in the ESD. Romulans don't
Right.
have to share their tailor. Gosh darn it. If you want a public
I
tailor, you
think-
go to DS9.
I think, in all respect, they should make New Romulus
Mm-hmm.
the Romulan Republic, homeworld,
As opposed
After
to the
you-
flotilla.
opposed to the flotilla,
Yeah, I agree.
and separate the Romulans from the KDF and the Federation.
I agree. I just know that they're not going to do it. It's hard enough with running two primary factions. But in my opinion, the Romulans should have equal representation.
But obviously, if
It's not gonna happen until I start throwing tea into the harbor.
Thank you.
Telling you. Gotta show those Brits who's best.
You say that with two of them on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
New Romulus
The Brits,
Command
what are
is
they gonna do?
arguably the Romulan Republic main social zone. That's correct, it is. The flotilla was there for the storyline.
I'm there all the time.
And the flotilla, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You go there
I
all the
rarely
time.
go there.
It's because you're just a person of questionable something.
Yes, I am. That's not a question anymore. That's a certainty. I am questionable. Let's see.
In fact, I'm at the flotilla right now.
Oh, that's that one. But why? You can be down here on New Romulus and outside and playing in the sun.
Because I like the flotilla better. So
You
there,
just like it because it's dark and gloomy and there's no sunlight in there.
it's all green.
Are we sure these things are in the fleet starbase and not in the Dyson thing?
The
Yeah,
dice
I'm
gives
wondering-
you weapons. The starbase gives you the
that's
Yeah, so what you have to do is when you get on the Fleet Starbase, if you're there right now,
Yeah.
there'll be a ramp that goes down. You go down to the ramp, and there'll be 2 vendors on the right, and one of the vendors, I can't remember which one, will have the shuttles for you.
I found it. Fleet
It's-
Space Supplies Opposite.
It's
Yes.
Elite Type
uh,
7s.
Elite hangar pets are from the space equipment vendor on the operations floor. Is the one beside the tailor.
What I said.
Yeah, I found them. Hangar Elite Type 7
Holy cow.
Hovercraft. Are these the same ones?
One thing after another with you.
I was
Do I need to buy these twice?
Yeah, if you want 2 of them, you do.
That's annoying.
Well, I'm a carrier
down
build on this character too, so I feel your pain.
I know that just made me go down to 3.6 million dill. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That I don't know.
You poor
That's-
thing.
At
You poor thing.
least he's
I
not
don't know
elite.
how to
How
accumulate
would you,
and get
I mean,
by.
you gotta be panhandling on the station somewhere. I need to buy a new ship. Someone give me dill.
See, the thing is like it's funny. Like when you look at like some of like the you read like some of the stuff online or whatever Discord community. It's just like, oh yeah, you can trade all that in and you can get a whole half a ship for that. I'm like, I'd rather keep the deal.
Yeah. A whole half of a ship. Woo.
It's just
yeah,
really
Yeah,
not
be
like
still
the
might be
exchange rate
hard.
is so bad.
Is it
it's just
1.5
not worth
ships
it.
or is it just half the ship?
It's
I'm
half
not
of a
sure.
ship. It's a whole half of a ship, not half of a whole. Well, it'd also be half of a whole
Which
ship.
one are you on though? Is it the one exposed to space or the one exposed to like the dock?
It's the outside, not the inside.
Not the inside. So you can't go in the ship, but it's there.
No, you can sit on the outside of the ship. Or you can be inside the ship, but there's nothing in there. Well, on the positive side, I finally have finished refining all of the Omega shards, the Omega particles, and I am now to Omega slivers, of which I only have 4,000 left to refine. And then I have to do the 1,400 Omega fragments and the... Did I get those right? No, sorry. The almost 3,000 shards and then the 1,400 fragments. I'm going to be at this for a while. Hopefully be done by next year.
Man, just taking forever.
Well, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I am ready whenever.
Okay,
I can
well-
guarantee this will not be a great run, not be a great ship. Or either way, I have equipment,
Boing,
so we'll go from there.
boing, boing,
Okay, what are we
boing.
doing?
How about
I'm
Starbase?
jumping up and down.
I mean,
Starbase
usually if I want to level something, I'll usually do the what's the one with the Ferengi? The
Ninth rule.
Ninth rules.
yeah, I usually do that because like one run of that will usually just completely level the ship.
Advanced or elite?
Kind of either. Doesn't really make a difference either way.
Let's go advanced
Yeah,
then.
advance is going to give you just as much. It's not going to make that much of a difference. It's just many ships. So we launch in ninth rule.
Launching ninth rule advanced.
Okay. Where it is on the menu.
Do you have the extra R&D slot from the lab? Yes.
I'm launching.
Good to see you.
This is not actually letting me launch into it. Am I missing something?
Leave the fleet starbase.
Mm,
You may have to be in space.
Okay, I mean return to sector space then.
Single Ferengi vessel, Marauder class.
This is how long it's been. Like this is like a year and a half ago. I'd have been like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not there.
No worries. Yeah, like seriously, to do this much, I really need to get all of them up to the level 6 on all 14 tunes. Then it'll go faster. But now it's at the 5 hours per bunch that I'm cooking. And then it's 20 hours for the next one, and then it's 5 days for the last one. So yeah, this is going to take a while. All right, we're all here. Let us do this thing.
Just realised I've not sorted my traits out, but oh well, it is what it is.
Leave enough of their ship for salvage.
Leave enough of their ship for salvage. Okay, this is going too fast.
Yep.
Can't
Don't forget
get-
to stay here till the next part queues up.
Tell me what to do.
There it is. Okay.
The Ferengi ship just
Sir, I'm not even going to get there before it's all dead.
Treacherous.
Oh, God.
Thanks. Fine, I'll just go over here.
Hail to first Spider-Man.
Betrayed?
One
Up
thing
to
you
now,
did,
I've managed to get 0 kills.
Ooh, I'll throw in the legendary.
one thing you didn't say is
Do we have it?
don't bring DPS.
No, I don't think that was ever anything I said. I had to quote id. Why are they warping in all this debris?
I would love to be a salvage officer and just follow these guys around.
At least it's not Mokai.
It's very loud.
Volume controls. Space vacuum. Yes, that's what we need. Space vacuum. Was the space made from Spaceballs? One with the vacuum cleaner?
Yes.
Okay. I can see the visual, but I couldn't remember which movie it was.
How dare you call yourself a person?
I know.
Don't even know.
Mega Maid, thank you. Well, the thing is, I can see the actors, I can see everything, and I couldn't remember which movie it was. Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
To the bathroom.
No, there's a ship trying to get out of this gravel thing sitting here. Can we go out a little bit? Can be pulled back out, pulled back out, pulled back. They're down to a few ships.
Why?
Yeah, really.
Well thought indeed. Why am I listening to you?
All right, how did that do for your ship mastery?
We will see. It's just
You
in
know.
now. Have a look. I'd be surprised if it was full because up until the last bit I didn't get any shots off. The ship's a little bit lethargic, but we'll see.
It didn't help me even a little bit. I'm telling you.
Did you need to master a ship?
Not even halfway through the second one.
Ooh,
Well,
okay. Well, let's try... Yeah, we could do Wanted Argala Elite if you want. Or Trouble Over Tur Elite, because that drops a lot.
Well, then I'm gonna have to switch over to
Okay, switch over.
Shia.
Okay.
Trouble over what?
Trouble
Shia
over
will be able to hold it.
Trouble Over Tur. Or Tar.
I'm not, it may not have helped with me being in the CSV build.
What?
I kind of got a volley build with that ship.
Trouble. Okay, trouble over there. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, right. I was wondering what you're about. Like,
You want to send me an invite, Mom?
Yeah, I'm sending an invite right now. I was giving you a moment to switch over. I was trying to be nice there, Frost.
I'm going to quickly swap out some traits because
Okay.
I've just noticed I've got stuff that I don't need. Like I'm running a fire at will build, but apparently I have the mobile stuff swapped.
I went into an elite a couple of days ago and didn't realize that my engines had fallen off the ship.
I'll be right back. I gotta
Okay.
take a pill real quick.
No worries.
Fine. Hmm. I'm going to be boring. I'm just going to slot stuff like history will remember. It works. It'll do. Yeah, I'll do.
We'll wait for Frost to get back and then we'll queue it up. It's not in a. There's nothing going on for Marks this weekend, right? I don't remember seeing anything. I know we didn't have anything last weekend either.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. Wow, 2 weekends in a row. That's weird.
He's a bit full on,
Okay,
isn't it?
I is the back.
Okay.
Tell me when it's okay to lunch.
Give me 1 sec here. It is okay to launch Trouble Over Tur Elite.
Okay.
Let's see what happens with this one.
After the one we had earlier,
Yes.
that was pretty fun. That one.
Yes. Well, that was advanced. This one's elite. This should
Yeah.
be
Which one did you say
slight-
we're doing? Trouble Over Terror. or
Trouble Over
something?
Tur. Terror. Tar.
Let me just find it in the list.
I do them in alphabetical order on the all, just so. The only one that's difficult is the 9th rule. Really?
So we're doing it on the late, did you say?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shall I launch in?
Yep, please. It's still loading, so it'll take a moment. And we're all here. Let Boom get some shots off this time, folks.
I didn't do anything.
It's not I thank you, but honestly, just everybody do themselves. It's fine. I can always just run a single one later. If I run that
or we have an
rule on
excuse
its
to
own,
do more.
it does its job.
Or we can just enjoy it as an excuse to run more patrols.
What's the that big blue thing?
The
Dark Matter
rift.
anomaly.
Disturbing day. Very
Right.
well.
What?
I didn't know
Deal
which
with the
blue thing.
mycelial rift. Oh, this ship turns slow. Jesus.
Target of the Lucky expired.
You're in the Iwani?
Yeah.
Yeah, polaric modulator definitely helps with that one.
Looks like we made it here.
So you're in the Ham Haran.
The Jamam
That new
Haron.
ship.
Closing.
Jam on.
Yep. Tis humor. I mean, there's Jamam Haron, so I just figured we'll make it a Jamam Haron.
More Illusion ships on the road. Get ready to fight.
I have a limited amount of humor in me, so I will expend it and use it for a long time.
There is a question for the two of you who are obviously who are stateside. So I'm assuming you've been watching, and I'll preface this, for the love of God, do not to have any spoilers, but I'm assuming you've been watching Discovery.
I have not.
I
No.
have watched Discovery, yes.
Because I've given up watching it right now because the Paramount app is so unbelievably horrifically bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like, obviously, like every 10 or 15 minutes they'll just go, by the way, now there's a new advertisement, and then the advertisement will crash the application.
Well, I've got it
And then
through
you have to restart, and
Prime.
it starts from the beginning. So I've given up. Is it just me who has that issue?
You might have to like VPN that because it doesn't happen here in the States.
Well, you're in the
I
States
am
right
in
now,
the
aren't you?
States.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not on it.
that's what I thought. No, I've been doing mine Paramount through Prime, and I have not had an issue at all with it.
I have heard that is a
That's
good
not-
fix, having linking your Amazon account to your Paramount. I have heard that, I just not got around to trying it.
Yeah, mine always defaulted to going through Amazon, so it's been just fine. I haven't tried it on my Roku though. In at least 6 months.
I might have to try that, because Paramount Plus is like, it's really weird, like, I use it for two things. I use it for Champions League football and Serie A, and Star Trek, nothing else. Because, like, you know, as I'm sure Joshua will probably kind of back me up on, like, if you try and watch Champions League football in the UK, I remember correctly, you need Sky TV, and it costs us more fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So being able
I
to
don't-
get that in the European leagues for like $5 a month and Star Trek is a bargain. It's just
Just-
annoying me that Star Trek just doesn't stream properly.
Just a correction on that, I do not watch Championship football.
You don't.
Nope.
Well, you said you're from the UK.
I don't give two hoots about the team.
Well,
You're not a European. You got to give up your card now.
unfortunately, you're on a live stream now, so if anyone from HMRC are watching, mate, you're going to get your passport taken off you.
And I don't have a passport, so yeah.
Safe.
Sounds like
Now, I haven't watched Discovery since season 3.
So the only reason I watched this season is because it's got one of my favorite voice actors, period, on it.
Who?
Can't remember his real name, but he
Is it
played
Walter
Adam
Daniels?
in Mankind Divided. It was one of my favorite games of all time.
Good game. Did you ever play the actual original for Deus
Yes,
Ex?
I did.
So
I
good,
enjoyed
isn't
it
it?
very much. But he plays Locke in the season, and I've
Really?
always been a huge fan.
So he plays, what's his name? I've forgotten the name of the character in Mankind Divided.
And Adam
He,
Jensen.
he plays the main character and he plays Lax.
Yeah.
Didn't know
It's
that.
Adam Jensen is the character's name. In
Yes, that's
Mankind
it.
Divided.
Yeah, I kept thinking JC Denton. I'm like, no, that's the original guy. Did not know that. Interesting.
But that's the only reason I watched this season. And it was. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. I was not surprised by the content. I'll leave it at that.
No, I didn't enjoy seasons 1 and 2. I watched 3 because Noah was in it, and I love Noah.
Whoa. You didn't enjoy. I mean, I know this Discovery is pretty divisive, but
Yeah.
season 2, I think most people would agree, is probably the standout season purely because of Anson Mount.
Anson
But
Mountain is
you didn't
fabulous,
watch
but
season 2?
I watched it. I just didn't care for it. It was okay. It was awful. The
I
thing
mean,
is, season
I
1.
like the first few episodes of season 1, and I like their Giorgio arc.
I like
because
Giorgio.
I
but
like Michelle Yeoh, and I mean that's it. That's the only reason I watch these things is for people. I mean the plot is the plot, and they really don't have an excuse for why it's so bad. And they don't understand any level of physics, which offends me.
that offended me. That's really what threw me off. Just like 30 seconds in, I'm like, no, come on. This is basic. This is like you learned this in grade school level. Bad. But they
And
didn't.
I mean, it's like at the same time I was watching The Expanse, which
Yeah.
literally has active physicists that work at federal labs as on the writing staff. And then I'm watching Discovery. What the hell? It's not that hard to figure these things out. It's just I think they needed to offend as many people as possible. That's my
But I will say you're right. Anson Mount was phenomenal and is phenomenal. I love Strange New Worlds.
I mean, he literally personifies what I think we all thought Pike would have been for the past 30, 40 years.
Oh, absolutely. I really do like what he's done in Strange New Worlds. That is by far my favorite Star Trek, even above Lower Decks.
I love Lower Decks.
I like it more than Lower Decks.
Controversially, I don't like Lower Decks as much as other people do. Like, I've watched it, the first season, half of the second one. I'm like, it's good, but I think people have hyped it too much. Of like, it's it's the second coming of Star Trek. And I watch it and go, yeah, no, it's good. It's just not stand out.
Oh no!
It's just
The
above
reason
average.
I liked it was entirely different. I liked
Okay.
it because it actually paid attention to the rest of the Star Trek universe. I couldn't stand how much time they gave. Well, I mean, as an enlisted serviceman myself, I don't like officers for very, very good reasons. And there's no exception on a naval ship. The people that do the work don't have brass on their lapels. So why are we giving them time? I didn't like that they were ensigns and stuff like that, because those people do nothing. But they were at least investigating other avenues of the Star Trek universe and actually paying attention to the realities and the decisions that these the bridge officers made. And that was unique. It was something that hadn't really been done before. And so the story was interesting, even if it was campy, even if it was predictable in some areas. At least it talked about things that no other Star Trek talked about.
To your point, Boom, I did not like Lower Decks the first year. It was year 2. I was watching it with DT out in Vegas, and I told him why I didn't like it, and he reached over and hit the closed caption button. It's like, oh, okay. Because the dialogue went so fast and so loud that I wasn't getting it, and when he realized that, if we did closed caption, I might be able to enjoy it more. And after that, I really did start to like it more. Jumping back into chat here, Lexer says Discovery's final episode was released a few days ago. Fabadook goes, the actor he's talking about is also a huge Trek fan. I think that's who you and Boom were talking about. Used to make his own fan films. And DSC has an excuse, SVB and DEI advocacy.
So, similar kind of notes to voice actors. So the voice actor for the purple woman in Prodigy, I'm not going to name her name deliberately, but that voice actor is also the same real life actor who played the main character on Fallout. Found that out yesterday. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then you read into like her entire kind of, what she's done on IMDb, and she's like a major voice actor, like obviously Fallout's breakout role. But I was like, oh, I thought I recognized that voice.
Which one are you talking about?
My problem with Prodigy is that I cannot stand Kate Mulgrew. I've never been a fan, ever. From the very first time I saw her until today. Never been a fan. And then they make her a main character in Prodigy. It's like, I'm done. See, I just don't care. I don't care about her. She just strikes me as someone who doesn't care about the role, is floating the whole thing in the whole time, and is written to be a bitch. That
But do you not like the role, or do you not like the character, or do you not like the actress?
It's the actress. The way that she delivers all of her lines and everything I've seen her in has always offended me. It doesn't matter what she's done. It's even stuff that isn't Star Trek related. She's just annoying as shit. Sorry.
Language.
I mean, it's interesting insofar as, obviously perception's kind of like a big thing. I'm not Kate Mulgrew's biggest kind of fan, but I do think everything I've seen her in, whether it's Orange is the New Black, whether it's Prodigy, whether it's Voyager, I genuinely think she's done a pretty damn good job personally, as much as I don't kind of like revere her as an actress compared to some others. But obviously perception's a big thing, so obviously you've clearly seen similar areas that I have, and obviously come to an entirely different conclusion. So it's interesting that the perception difference is interesting, I suppose, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, I'm entirely for people liking her or people not liking her. I'm not trying to ruin it for anybody else. My point was, I don't think that she was the right fit for any of the roles I've seen her in. Somebody else could have done the job considerably better than she did.
Yeah, but you run into the issue with that of she was not the original one considered for the role, and they were scrambling.
That's not an excuse that
No,
I have.
it's not. It may not be an excuse you've got, but it is the truth.
Oh, sure. And I'm not faulting Kate Mulgrew. It's just, if she's not meant for a role, she's not going to do it justice.
I just think the big issue with Voyager in the first year was that I don't think they knew where they were going to go with this, and the logic of why she decides to keep them in the Delta Quadrant for so long isn't great. And for that reason...
You can say that you could say the first season being a little bit iffy is the same with
Every single.
pretty much every series
Yeah.
of Star
Oh
Trek,
yeah.
other than maybe lower, other than Strange New Worlds. But you could also argue that season 2 of Discovery is season 1 of Strange New Worlds. So I
I'm
don't
going
think
to
that's
say
unique to
that
what you.
for most Star Trek shows, seasons 1 and 2 are they're experimenting to try and get the flow and the pattern and the actors and
Yeah,
characters written
agreed.
out. Yeah, I mean, I love TNG, but it got so much better after season 3. The exception is probably Strange New Worlds has been pretty good from the get-go, and the original series was good from the get-go.
I feel like Strange New Worlds kind of
Yes,
got
I
the
agree with
advantage
Lester
that,
there.
for all intents and purposes, Discovery's season 1 and 2 are effectively the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, when
Well,
you're running a
it's
10
the
season,
same.
10 episode seasons also have a huge issue because you don't get the time to get the entourage built up.
I get
Yeah.
why these 10-season things.
Because
I
that's what
mean,
they can
to
afford.
a certain extent, I do understand that they overwork these actors tremendously, but at the same time, you could spread it out. It doesn't all have to be at the same time, but at least recorded rather continuously.
Actually, there is an
People
issue
wait
with
for 4
that.
months.
The actors, can sign on for 10 episodes. Well, okay, let's go to part 1. Paramount throws so much money at this that they have the money to do 10 episodes. They don't have the money to do a 20 episode year. And it takes so long in production, and to get the actors to commit to it for that long is an issue. It's one of the problems they had with the Orville is a lot of the actors don't want to go back to it because they don't want to be waiting so long from story to story to story to story. And they can't do other
About
things.
that. I read about that the other day. Sorry, when you mentioned it, I was instantly thinking the Orville. So I've never seen the Orville, but I remember seeing an interview with what's her name is Adrian
Yeah,
Palicki,
right. Mm-hmm.
where she was like, oh yeah, there's so much time between the filming of episodes, and
Right.
blah 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 blah, exactly as you said.
Well, part of that issue is Seth MacFarlane wants to oversee the story writing because he has a genuine vision, so it's his passion project. But the other people want a paycheck, and they can't sit around and wait for him to deal with that because, crafting an hour-long series is a little different than writing plot for a cartoon.
Holy crap! I can't remember the woman's name, but the woman who plays the first officer and ex-wife of
Yeah, that's one.
she was in a movie I watched last night because I go to sleep to action movies.
That
I was
doesn't say much for
watching.
the action movies.
Yeah, they're not really good. But I was watching SWAT, something SWAT Under Siege or something. I can't remember what it was called. It was really bad.
Oh, good.
But she was the supposed good guy and reality bad guy character. Holy crap! Such a bad actress. At least there's a bad actress in that particular role.
There is that.
Anybody could have done a better job, and she just gave up. She was clearly phoning it in. The reason I watch these shows is basically because I'm a huge fan of Michael J. White. I'm a huge fan of Scott Adkins and all those people. And this is what they get. They get these crappy movies for a paycheck.
Yeah.
And they got to go with what's going to get them on billing so that they can finance all the other things they're doing.
That's true. Matt Black says, yeah, Disco didn't get a chance or made a big effort to have a breather, have some non-plot critical episodes. If you've only got 10 episodes in a year, you need to make each one of them on target because in a regular TV series, you probably have 15 to 20 episodes now versus when I started watching TV where you would have 39 episodes to a year. And then everybody would have a 3-month break. But there was very little post-production that had to be done, just editing.
Now they're talking about ABC is trying to buy out CBS and really removing the diversity of content. And so all of the good shows are turning out to be these indie project things.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody is paying attention to the fact that nobody gives a crap about what these big companies are doing.
Yeah, well, especially
and they
now
put out crap over and over and over again because they have to.
Well, that's why whatever channel it is has got all, what is it, NCIS or Law and Order. There's like 87 shows on that same theme, and no, thank you.
There's no one in the control booth. All they're doing is run a goddamn computer the whole time.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I want to watch something that's original, I can go jump onto YouTube and I can watch, Demon Nanny, which is a 3-minute episode, and there's a new one every single week. I can go watch any other of these dozens, if not hundreds, of original little miniseries that people are cranking out in their house.
Is it just me, or does Mom's audio occasionally just keep?
It's my
Well,
audio.
Mom just
It cuts out
Mom's
every
a
now and then.
robot, and so her voice gives out every now and again.
It's actually
Right.
my Discord.
So on a
I
more
was
positive
just
note
being a
about,
robot.
on a more positive note about Star Trek and episodes and blah 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 and all that kind of good stuff. So ordinarily I'd go, Joshua will know what I'm on about, but he's apparently not British because he doesn't like football. So I found out recently, and I was super surprised by this. So there's a football manager. He manages Real Madrid currently, called Carlo Ancelotti. See, I'm an AC Milan fan or a Rossoneri fan, so we refer to him as the Don because he's the man, as it were.
Okay.
And he's one of the most successful managers ever. Like, he's the only manager to win major trophies in 4 different leagues. He's won the Champions League more times than God knows how many records. I found out that apparently it's something along the lines of like his son is best friends or like on best friend terms with Zoe Saldana.
Oh, really?
So, and he's a Trekkie as well, which I didn't know.
Wow.
He is actually in what was the third JJ film called? Beyond?
Yeah, that was
He was
Beyond.
in Beyond for a split second.
I was going to say.
Someone mentioned it to me, and I'm like, no, that's bull, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, no, definitely not. No way on earth a man like that even likes Star Trek. And then someone sent me a link, and I'm like, oh my God, he's actually in Star Trek. Genuinely, this is like the equivalent of just going, like Kobe Bryant or Tiger Woods was in an episode of like that level of thing for someone who's into football. Like, oh my dear God, I did not expect that.
Oh, hello, Osiris. How are you doing tonight? Lexers has a couple comments here. One is, there was ghostwriting team trying to make Janeway in Voyager a one-woman army, then one that was trying to have her play Mother with 7 of 9, and a third team is trying to hint at sexual tensions with the same character. And then goes on with relating, I think, to TV programming. That will change in a few more months. A lot of those issues were because of Silicon Valley Bank, and now that it's gone, a lot of diversity-based shows have to undergo serious reorientation or be unplugged. Lexers, 2 words. The Acolyte.
Holy crap, that's so bad.
Oh.
I saw a preview on the 3rd episode.
Yeah, it's already been canceled for season 2, thank goodness.
Holy crap. The 3rd is even worse than the 2nd.
Oh, no, I got through the first 2, and I'm just like, do I really need to? Okay, so Osiris is smoking a chicken with hickory, glaze of honey and lemon pepper. And then you're bringing it over here, right, Osiris? Because I've had popcorn about 3 hours ago? About 6 hours ago now. I'm getting just a bit hungry.
You could really put monkeys on acid and get better storylines than the crap that's coming out of Star Wars right now.
It's not even Star Wars. Why? If you're going to write that, create your own thing. It's... Okay, so I used to write fanfic. I still do once in a while. And I would have people send me messages going, hi, can you write a fanfic for me? Where they wanted to do a self-insert, but they weren't good with it. And fine, I can do that for a couple bucks. Okay, and it turns out that they just want porn. And I'm like, just write your own porn. Why put it in the Star Trek world? Well, why pay me to put it in the Star Trek world? Write your own porn. Put it in your own planet.
What?
Why do you want somebody to write Star Trek porn? Just write your own porn. Be original. Porn Trek, exactly. Hi, Rachel. Mashed potatoes and maple dill carrots. Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds horrific.
What, mashed potatoes?
No, Star Trek porn.
Oh my God! It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Jesus.
Just come on. No, no. Just write your own thing. I don't even want to go there.
I mean, you know, one of the more interesting things I thought about, like what sex would be like in the future. Closest I ever came was like the way they did it in Demolition Man, where like they both put on headsets and they experienced exactly what they wanted to, and blah blah blah. Nobody
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like nobody was pregnant. That's the way I thought. I mean, that's the way I still think that kind of stuff is going to happen because human interaction is really still declining. But holy crap!
You know, what I'm
Who's
thinking
supposed to be
doing?
in the acolyte bait that got bait and switched?
No one was
You
supposed
say it was
to.
Donnie Yen and they just got rid of him. Oh, I'm gonna be
No,
pissed.
no, nobody was supposed to be in the acolyte. The only person who's in there that has anything close to a name is the lady from Matrix. What's her name? Trinity.
And she dies in the first freaking 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah. Well, she's coming back. I know that's not going to be a spoiler, but apparently there's a flashback scene a little bit later. There's a Star Trek novel series that's heavily sexual. They use a boff off Sorrel's species for that purpose.
Why?
Well, Matt, Michelle Yeoh in Disco came back as the Terran version. Now she'll be in Section 31, I think. And I like her. She's a
Michelle
decent
Yeoh was the only
actress.
reason I even thought about freaking Discovery. And
Yeah.
then they get rid of her, and it's like, what are you going to do now? And
Yeah.
it turns out I didn't have anything. And I mean, I think that I can't remember her name. The woman who plays Michael Burnham, I think she's a fine person. She's a fine actress. Just terrible in that role.
The Acolyte lost me when they advertised a trans R2D2. Would that be a D2R2?
It's a don't ask me my pronouns.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt Black, yeah, I know I was mad about getting teased with Carrie Ann Moss, that was her name, for a Star Wars show, and then she gets killed with a butter knife 5 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
Just, create your own series. It's fine. It's like bad Star Trek. Create your own series. Don't, and bad NCIS and bad Law and Order and all that stuff. You don't need to constantly do spin-offs. Do something original. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but you get the occasional original show that turns out to be pretty good. Or isn't good, but at least is fun.
Like my wife is so predictable when it comes to television she's going to want to watch. She is absolutely addicted to people watching rich people have antics and crap like that.
No, thank you.
I don't get it. I don't know why this is even a genre of television, but I know it's popular.
I don't have a TV. I have a TV. I don't have access to television anymore.
So it started with Gossip Girl, and then she went to The West Wing, and now she's watching Bridgerton, which is the exact same plot set in different places.
In different time periods. Bridgerton's a different time period.
And the amount of times that my wife has corrected me that it's the Regency era of
It is.
of England, that's what you're playing with, not the fact that the Queen is wearing a friggin' actively robotic headdress. That there's clockwork on her friggin' head.
Okay.
That's what you're pulling, and you're carrying muskets in a period in which they have repeater. And yeah, I'm the historian, and she says you're not supposed to look at it as though it's a literal series, but you are the one freaking out over the Regency era. it's so disturbing to watch these stupid ass shows.
That's someone
I
in
mean-
itself. This is from Lexers. We all have a weird side of ourselves. Yes, we do. Having insane amount of money doesn't make us weird or bad or whatever. It simply allows us to express our hidden selves. Well, it allows us to if we so choose. So yeah, I suppose you're right.
But the amount of people that they affect with their mindless decisions can do
Ooh.
real bad. And that's the part that bothers me about the most about it. Is that people watch these shows, they go, these guys are just having like whatever. It's like it's a soap opera
Yeah.
where consequences aren't considered and nobody thinks that anything's gonna actually change. Meanwhile, these people in what these characters are actually based, the time periods these things are based on, a lot of people had very bad experiences because of these kinds of behavior.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm sorry. Let's
The
not let any
Regency era
truth
in England
sneak
was
into
one of
our
the
story
worst-
here.
What's that?
Let's see. Lexer says, "Give me 10 billion." I read that as 108. I won't be more weird than I'm now, but I may be spending $1 million or so in Lego. Heck no, I'd be spending $1
Well,
million.
hey, there's nothing weird about that.
I'd be getting Zen.
I think that's a little crazy.
Hey, I could get every single ship I want.
That's true. Or you could buy the company.
I could buy the company. Yeah, well, we've tried that one.
And then you don't have to pay for anything. You've just given all the
This
stuff.
is true. I would have fun if I bought the company. I should go check my lottery tickets, though. I have not checked them. What are you doing? My bridge officer is running around behind me being odd.
Well, look who he's following.
Okay, that's a really good point. Boom has stepped away for a moment. He shall return. Once he returns, we shall get back in here. I'm going to sign off just after 9 o'clock, and we will switch over to Priority 1, since they should be going on about 9 p.m. And we'll go downstairs and decide if dinner is going to be cherries, a leftover brownie. What the heck is that sitting right there? Engineering report.
I'm gonna swap
I've,
tunes.
literally just got back.
Oh, he just got back. How perfect is that? Shall we do one more something?
Well, I have
Yeah,
to go.
Okay.
I'm close
take
to
care of-
traveling.
My kids need to take their meds, so I gotta
Okay,
go take
well,
care of them.
go take your kids' meds.
I'm not taking my kids' meds. They're taking their meds. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
Frost. Good to talk
Bye.
to you. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Osiris says, when the new captain tokens drop, I want to re-roll to Alien. Yeah, let's see if they can figure out the bugs in the captain tokens first, or the re-roll.
Yeah. Personally, everyone re-rolling to Alien, it's just gonna look weird.
Well, I'm not re-rolling to Alien. I've got aliens. They're fine. They're fun. They're
Yeah.
enjoyable, but I'm not gonna change my tunes. Oh, so we are now frost-free, but I got the mental wherewithal for another patrol or a TFO. Does anybody have a taste to do anything?
Yeah,
How about-
well,
I was gonna suggest Starbase 1 Elite.
I can do Starbase 1 Elite. Boom, does
Yeah.
that work for you?
yeah, I think one more TFO or whatever, if I can get a couple of kills, will get me the
Okay.
get me the trait. Yeah.
Alrighty, let me queue us up here for Starbase 1.
I'll be using the Nassau C now.
Is everybody ready for me to hit the button?
Yes.
We are queued for Defensive Starbase 1 Elite.
Are we?
No, it didn't do it again. You know what? Frost is still in the private, I'll bet. Yep,
Still in the team.
he's still in the private queue, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know the fun thing I like to do? Is do Starbase 1 on themed characters.
Oh, yes. Weeble?
We
We were.
So I took my Discovery of Starfleet in the Discovery Connie and the Crossfield class into that TFO.
Because? Just because?
Why not?
Okay. As long
Hey,
as it's a
there's
good reason.
There's no. See, from a outside perspective, from a 2409 captain,
Mhm.
that is just a holodeck simulation. Okay? Whereas a Discovery of Starfleet character was there at the downfall of Starbase 1.
Ah, I see where you're going with that. Here we
So
go.
in reality, you're not playing it as a simulation. This is like part of their history.
Mm-hmm.
They've already lived it.
Listen up.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. No, I see where you're going with it. There you are, Joshua. There's Boom. Who else have we got here? We have Sir Basti, and we've got... Oh, we got Kenobi with us. Woohoo! Hi, Kenobi.
I think Kenobi heard me say Starbase 1 Elite, and he said, yes, sir. Knowing him, he's going to do big DPS.
Here they come.
I'll just breathe easy. Look, sit here, look pretty.
We're prepping for evac of non-essential
That was weird.
and civilians.
So on a different note, does anyone remember a line of like toys and models like 20 years ago called Micro Machines?
Absolutely.
So, for reasons I won't go into, I've been in the UK quite a lot the last year, or back to the UK, sorry. So, we were clearing out my parents' attic, and I found a big Kit Kat tin, full of, like a
Really?
box, a metal tin, full of Micro Machines. I opened it up,
Yeah.
and there were literally like 50 Star Trek Micro Machine
Oh,
models.
no. Really?
Yeah, like I knew I had them, like if I thought back, I didn't think I'd come across them. So I basically stuffed them in my case, and I've now just got like a ton of those little Star
Oh
Trek
my
Micro Machine models just on my shelf now. And I looked them up on Amazon.
Yeah.
They're worth a couple $100 if you buy them new. I mean, obviously nowhere near as much if you buy them second hand, but like, did
Oh,
not
somebody will want
expect to
them.
find them in the attic.
Yeah, no. How cool is that? I pretty much gave away the last of my Star Trek stuff that I'm willing to part with, all the new ones in a box at the last convention. Because moving 3 times in 1 year just reminded me, hey, you don't need stuff, because you're never playing with it.
I know, I don't know about you, Darkmom.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ships I'm planning on getting for one of my other main tunes
Yes.
is a Doodle Stat for my Saints Captain.
Oh, I have a Duderstadt. It's new in a box. That I have not played with
That's
yet.
one of the ships I'm planning to give him. What do you think?
I haven't played with the Duderstadt. I would ask people who've played with it because it's a ton of money, unless you can find one reasonably cheap on the exchange.
But I'm thinking, next year's event campaign.
Oh, I don't know that I'd spend my event ship on a Duderstadt.
Or
it
the
wasn't-
Sagan.
Yeah, the Sagan I would go with before the Duderstadt. Lexer says, stuff like that can have sentimental value. It absolutely can. So I have a lot of my Star Trek tunes that I... Okay, so I did a Star Trek fan fiction, and just to make it even more fun, this was for a writer's club, I took all of my action figures and dressed them up in costume and had them acting out various scenes, which I would include with some of the chapters, just to make it funny.
Okay, should I also separate just for the RP
sure.
side of the ship?
Absolutely, go for it.
See, the one thing about me that people need to realize, RP is first and foremost, DPS is second.
So-
Even though some of the builds I have are definitely not canon specific, but I do have those ships that are still roleplay specific. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like the source of separation on the Galaxy, the chevron separation on the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all that.
Oh, yeah.
People say you don't use every single console. I do, just for the gimmick.
As long as you got room to store everything in your inventory, why not?
most of the universal consoles I keep on me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too bothered about that. But the one rule is, if it duplicates it, I get rid of it. So I don't keep multiple copies of the same console, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
And one of the things I am planning on getting is the Timeline Stabilizer to finish off the flagship technology set,
Our shields are taking
just for the fun of it.
use it afterwards.
I have too much stuff that I don't use, but I'm not sure I want to get rid of it, which is why my inventory gets filled with junk.
You know what I've started doing? I got a whole bunch of simulated plasma.
Yeah?
I'm waiting for the day when I do pick up a Borg vessel to equip it with one.
Actually, I've got a simulated plasma new in a box I haven't played with, and I'm putting it on one of the Ed tunes.
Yeah.
I like it the way it's that plasma. My plasma build, Gagarin,
Mm-hmm.
has a simulated plasma on it, as for a while. It just looks so good. Like, most of the time, like, you just go, oh, it's a different colour, but it's genuinely not just a different colour. It's, you know what I mean? It's noticeably visually different, and it looks cool, and it just looks impactful. I would argue it's probably the best looking weapon thing in the game at this point.
Well, I do
If you ignore all the special abilities, just pure weapons. Just because, and not because it's particularly great, but just because most of the other ones are just like, it's either a straight line or it's dots, and the only difference is the colour. The simulated plasma is totally different.
Yeah. Like, I use 3 different types of phases in retrospect. I use Prodigy phases on my Klingon Federation. I use the advanced phases from the Discovery Constitution on every tune that has that ship. So, yeah.
I try not to do 2 ships with the same build, which is getting a little bit more difficult with 4D tunes, but you know, if I can do it on one, then I know I can do it, so try to do something different on each one.
Well, one thing is, the one problem I have, I don't have the bank space to store that many sets of weapons and stuff like that.
It's a shame you can't send like those little, you know, here's plus 12 whatever on your various inventories. I've got like probably about 15 bank and 15 inventory space, you know,
Yeah.
unlockables,
Yeah.
just sat there doing nothing. Like, if you could trade them, I would happily send most of them to you if you needed them, but you can't trade them.
I wish we could trade tokens, Phoenix tokens, because I have so many that I'm not going to use. I hate to downgrade my epics for no particular reason.
Well, you don't need them.
I don't need the ships, no. I've got all the ships.
So why keep them?
Stop using logic on me.
Do I have to get my Vulcan out to teach you some logic?
We're not going to let logic interfere with a perfectly good story.
The story is Darkmom doesn't want to use her epic tokens, and that's the crime of the century.
Well, back in the day when an epic token could be downgraded to make a really decent upgrade token, different story. But now it's an epic token or upgrade
You know,
token.
one thing is,
Hmm.
they should lock that out if you gain one as a regular drop.
Yeah.
I think them downgrading it basically makes it even. There's a rare chance for it dropping anyway, so why downgrade it? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But, you know, I have no reason to I have no reason to keep those epics because I have
You
all the
don't need
ships. And there's
Yeah,
nothing.
you don't.
This account
Isn't-
has been on since day one, so it's got every event ship, everything. You know, there's only 1 week
You know,
that I didn't play in
You know the
14
one
years.
thing-
1 week.
You know, what I think Cryptic need to do. I don't know if you agree, guys would agree. Some of the OG lockbox vessels, you know, the really old ones.
Yeah,
Start putting them in there.
that would be fun. All
You
right.
know, that'd be a good way of, you know, getting them out of the lockbox so they could be removed. You know, the tier 5s. Transition them into there.
I'm not going to say no to that. I would love to see some of the old stuff come back, even if it's... I'd love to see some of the old missions come back, even if it's like for a 2-week special. Something like that. Let's see. I'm going to get out of here. I do believe that
Priority 1 are on?
Priority 1's supposed to be on, but I am not seeing them. Anybody see them? Let me try this.
No. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Priority 1 is on.
There they are. Okay, let's go raid those guys. Hey, thanks everyone for being here tonight. If you like the Saturday night stuff, let me know. And we'll try this for a couple weeks, and if this works, we might stick with it. In the meantime, we're going to go raid Priority 1. So everyone, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you in 6. No, I won't. I'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe. Sometime. One of these days, I'll be back. Take care. Dun, 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 dun. It's a raid.